The people's favorite gospel station.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production of Glory 93.9 FM.
Hey, smile a while, give your face a rest, alright? Your troubles won't last always. Don't worry about it. God's gonna work it out, alright? Don't worry, just say, good morning. Good morning. Even the troubles are done. Yeah. Good morning. Just smile and say good morning. Say good morning. Good morning. Come on. Even the troubles are done. And joy, smile. Just smile and say good morning. Alright, hold on. Don't cry. No, babe, no, babe. Your troubles won't last always. Be still and know He is God, yeah. Mention His name, all knees will bow. Why those tears? 'Cause the joy, joy of the Lord is your strength. He won't give you more than you can bear. No way. Good morning. Hey, your troubles are done. The joy of the Lord. Just smile and say good morning. It's good morning. All right. Even your troubles are done. The joy of the Lord. Just smile and say good morning. Good morning. Don't worry, don't cry. Everything will be alright. Move your frown and smile a while. The troubles won't last all night. Happiness is yours, just claim it. On Calvary.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is Delton here on that Good Morning Tea. We are about to get started, so go ahead and like and share the post for those listening on the radio. Call somebody, call your next door neighbor, and call a friend, and tell somebody next in the car next to you, hey, put it on 93.9 FM. A good show is about to start. So tell them, hey, you person, 93.9 FM. Put it there. Go on Facebook.com/Glory Powered by Life or Facebook.com/Delton Road and handle that. So share it, share the page, like it. We're going to start in about 15 seconds. So keep it locked.
No trouble's gonna keep me down. Turning my frown, turn it upside down. My situation turning around, it's turning around, it's turning around. This joy is unspeakable. My God is unshakable. Give me joy to my belly full. Can't find this joy no way uncapable. This joy that's inside of it is for all the world to say. I serve in the Almighty, and He set the captives free. This joy that's inside of it is for all the world to say.
Hey, everybody, we are here. Welcome to Glory 93.9 FM, and we appear for those on Facebook now. All right, there you go. So we are now live on Facebook. To all of you who are, who have the capabilities of going online, join us. Facebook.com/Glory. The noise in the background here, that'll be my host.
Look at me trying to figure things out.
Sound of one Vera. Aqua Wilson. She's here. Got it? Straight?
Doesn't I think so?
All right, so headphones on. Good morning, everybody. Sounds of Emron Henry just now. Good morning. That was not Emron Henry.
I'm pretty sure that's. I was gonna say. I don't know much, but I know that's not his name.
It's not the young man's name, and I can't remember it now.
Isaac something.
Mark. All right, we go with Mark.
Isaac Jacob.
Mark Isaac Jacob.
Jingle
Abraham.
His name is my name too.
His name is my name too. That was the young man singing "Good Morning" just now on the radio. To all of you that are on Facebook, go ahead and like and share. Let your friends know we are live and ready to go. Good morning, Cassie Knowles. Cassie Knowles has
Good
come.
morning. I see these petty morning comments.
Commencing
with the shade.
Very quickly
I
this
mean
morning.
straight out the gate.
Cassie says, "Oh, it's we early yesterday." Actually, we're quite late, man.
No.
But that much hope to start now. So we need new flyers.
Say?
Do we need a new flyer?
I think gates open at 11.
So gates open at 11 now. Show starts at 11:30.
Yes. And if we are after 11:30, then shade is permitted.
Good morning, Judy Mae Mott, listening from Norfolk, Virginia.
Hi, Judy Mae Mott. I don't know this name.
You don't know this name. I am familiar with this name because she is definitely a listener to the other shows, including 93.9 FM.
Awesome.
This is a
she said, let me try out this young people
new
show.
Yeah, try this new show out.
Try out this young people show. I hear them talking tea and ting. Let's see what they about.
She is usually on, especially, and I know definitely Adrian Francis show. I usually see that name, that Judy Mae Mott name comes around, including 93.9 FM on a daily basis.
Good morning to you.
And
Judy
so good morning to everybody else. Good morning. We are getting our shares together. So just give us a few seconds to get this all cleared up.
You get your shares together.
Yeah, as you can hear, noise in the background. That would be one.
Vera doing the sharing.
Vera doing sharing. But I hope you all having a good weekend so far. It's 1 week post Easter. It was a short.
My God, it felt
week.
like a lightning bolt. Easter.
It did?
Yeah, man.
Well,
it came real quick. And I mean, I had 2 weeks break.
I guess as a teacher, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live for the break, and then the break is done, and we go back to it.
All right.
Honestly, there's something about teachers we really have to evaluate, because we literally just live to count. We count down to breaks. We go from counting down to one break to counting down to the next break.
After
it's like, guys,
Easter.
Is there no desire to actually do your job in between? Like, are we only ever counting down to breaks? Teachers, let's ask ourselves these questions. Good morning, Marisha. Good morning, Taria, Saunders, Thurston, another name I don't know, but I'm excited to see joining us on DGMT this morning, all the way from Orlando, Florida,
home of Mickey and the crew. Home of my good friend Mickey down
there. I'm sure
a
lot of people live there, but
Mickey and Minnie. Goofy down
that's
there.
Delton's people's there.
That's my crew. We go way back. Back. We go way back.
I never did Disneyland.
Me went there?
Never did.
Oh, me either.
Okay.
Never. Well, I was promised.
Universal.
Never went. Never went to any park at all.
Even as an adult, Delton?
As an adult, as a youth, as a child, as a toddler, none. Zero. Nilch. Never did a park. I did the carnival that comes to the Nassau Bahamas.
The carnival?
That comes here.
Oh, you mean the fun fair? That's what we call it.
Call it fun?
Fair.
It's all like a fair. I've done that. Morning, Mary Lightborn Walker is here.
Good morning.
Our medical expert. I was going to play a video. I won't play it anymore.
I think you need to stop planning for things that can only be done in Miss Walker's absence. Because she's always got Miss Walker. She's always going to be here with us. She's always going to be here with us.
But there's a video circle. Anyway, housekeeping things first.
I mean,
we want to send some birthday shout outs.
Oh, okay.
Man, let's get the birthday shout out.
Show is housekeeping. These views need to go up though.
Yeah, y'all can get together. Julianne watching from Nashville.
I love it. I have a friend right on Instagram. Every day she goes. So in the UK, they're still on some measure of lockdown. Every day she goes for a walk, she tags it like a new place. So yesterday she was in Rio de Janeiro. She's like, I made it to Rio. I like the vibe, Julie. I like that vibe. Keep the faith high.
So Julianne Roll is here.
That faith that is the substance of things that we hope for.
Definitely the substance.
Things that we hope for. At this point, that's the only substance we got.
And so that's why she's in here yet, because I know by now she would have been here, but one of our DGMTs is celebrating on this morning.
Who is that?
That would be one Michelle Johnson Monroe celebrating her birthday on this day of April the 10th. Oh, sorry. I have songs. Hold on. I got it. There you go. Bingo. I got sound effects.
Banger. There we go. Banger.
And so Michelle is celebrating today. So happy birthday, Michelle.
To Michelle. A faithful DGMT. I hope
a cousin of mine celebrating, Leo.
I thought you were going to say Michelle's your cousin. I was going to
No, it's not my cousin.
No, it's the Bahamas. I'm pretty sure everyone's cousin's kind of
I mean, and this guy, he's like related twice, all around the place.
On both sides?
Sort of, yeah.
Wow.
Because he married to Julianne. He married to Julianne's first cousin, Crystal.
Oh.
And then Yolanda is his first cousin from Devon. So it's
a lot.
None of it, yes.
Okay.
So Leo celebrated today. Sherelle Roll is celebrating. That is the daughter of the pastor of Lively Stone Church of God. She's celebrating today. Peronique.
Happy birthday, Sherelle. Oh, yes, Peronique's birthday is today. I did see a post.
So Peronique's birthday is also a friend of mine from from school. Donald Ferguson from Cusco.
Cusco. It's in your spirit.
It's in my spirit. Donald Ferguson celebrating today as well. Yesterday was Yolandi and Yvette who celebrated. Yolandi is definitely a friend of the podcast that we don't have. So happy birthday to all of you. And anyone else out there who's listening, any of your friends, she's not checking for her friends. Don't worry about it. She didn't check for her friends. For Unfume, whose birthday is it?
You need to stop it now. You need to stop now.
Unfume is celebrating today. He sent his birthday shout out to you, sir.
You could play around and I could bring a man called Ted. Unfume and Tufu. And his name's going to be Ted. Or Jack.
So it's Jack. Jack Smith.
Jack.
It's Jack
right.
Smith. Like,
Jack
what?
Smith.
To those who don't know, and let's give a little introduction for those who do not know what the show is about. We are two by age millennials who talk about things. That's basically it.
Point blank, period.
Point blank.
Expect no more. Expect
Dawn's here. Good morning, Dawn. Dawn Leadens here. We don't have any theological degrees. Sometimes the conversation goes towards theology. We just throw things out there. See what sticks on the wall.
We keep our eyes and ears to the ground.
Eyes to the ground.
And then we have the conversations that are being...
And then we get
that people are having in their little circles, the thoughts. We bring maybe to the forefront the thoughts that...
and what's mandatory is a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or
really,
a hot beverage.
That's all you really need.
That's all you really need for our show.
That's all you really need to join us. Oh, these new names today. I'm too
Imana.
excited.
I never can really pronounce your name properly.
I love
think
it.
It's Fonseca.
Imana, that's a lovely name.
I know.
Good morning to you. All of those who are joining us newly, like Imana, Taria, Judy Maymott, we know she's a Glory 93.
Yeah, Glory 93.
But these names we don't know. Please tell us where you are listening from and how you came to join us on that Good Morning Tea.
I am Delton, my father.
Oh, we're giving
born
our
to the
life
parentage
history.
of
Okay, I'm ready.
Alfonso and Lura Roll. Grew up on the main streets of Gulf Coast Boulevard down there in Seabreeze. I am the youngest of four boys. Devin, Ambassador Devin Roll. Pastor's my brother. Dwayne Roll, minister in the Lord's Church.
My God.
The other brother. Bishop Denzel Roll, a bishop in the Lord's Church.
You have a rich legacy.
I have a very, very
rich
church
legacy.
family.
Rich. Hot
Donald
Guinness,
say
no
hot
way.
Guinness. Who want hot
As
Guinness?
your hot beverage this morning?
I think you want hot Guinness,
That's
but not the starch you want off.
You can heat up Guinness.
You can keep anything. Well, you ain't gonna be heated up.
You know something?
Yeah. Anyway, don't mind people.
I feel like hot Guinness will have some medicinal benefits.
People's anything. Just topic for another day.
Great.
Yeah, and so we just talk about things. We like to
talk about
address
things.
the blurred lines of Christianity.
Why did you get to give your introduction and I didn't get to give mine?
No, I go back to you.
No, it's fine.
I'm not talking yet. So I'm saying, and I was just going backwards to go forward again.
I got you.
Before I reverse back to you. And so I am a drummer. All right, cash out. I'm a musician.
A musician. Come on now.
I'm a musician.
Don't reduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm a musician. I could design things with a mouse. And Taria, she's a lurker. She ain't new.
Well, what a time in New York.
Kelly G. Ferguson
Taria, good to see you.
is listening
sis.
from New
Good
York.
to hear you speak for the first time.
I think
it.
she is also vicariously living from New York.
Love
However,
it. Who
I
cares?
ain't gonna judge her.
Listening from New York. Don't get people business, yeah?
I ain't gonna judge her. Anyway, so that's me.
Honestly, we might be having this show from London.
We could be, actually.
Who knows?
The show is coming to you live from our studios in London. Anyway, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
So
this is my host / co-host.
Hi. Good morning to those who are joining us for the first time and those who are
Give them the full rundown.
returning. Give them the full rundown.
Give them the full rundown.
What? From the top of my history?
Where are you really from? Like, tell us, tell us about the ancestors.
My name is Vera Aqua Wilson. It is pronounced Aqua Wilson. Aqua Wilson is my entire last name.
Not a middle name.
It is not a middle name. It is not double barrel. I'm not been divorced. It's not that's my daddy name. My daddy's name is Aqua Wilson. Now you gotta ask him why his name is Aqua Wilson. So that's me. My accent is not fake. I was born. I told you what happened to me in the gas station.
So
when the guy said to me, "You have a hint of a British." I said, "A hint of a British accent." He said, that's real?
You've been too long, man. I'm starting to leave.
He said, a hint. I nearly fell out the car.
It's starting to leave.
I wasn't sure if I should celebrate, if I should feel flattered, if I should feel exalted. Anyway, my accent is not fake. It's real. But then so are all the other accents I have. So those of you who are joining us for the first time, I apologize.
Be prepared.
But yes, I've been in the Bahamas now for nearly 6 years, 5.5 years, going 6 years. And somehow, some way, I am here on Glory 93.9 with you today. I born and raised in the UK, came to Bahamas to teach, still teaching, all over the place. Just be teaching.
Yeah, so
all
that's
around town. All around town.
All around town.
I am the fourth daughter.
Fourth.
I could do that.
Yeah.
I'm the fourth daughter. Do you know what?
Youngest.
My mother said she was gonna listen today, guys. So I need to make sure I send her the link. Give me a sec.
So yeah, so send that over to Mother Agatha. She was the reason I was starting late this morning. We're not gonna call her out.
Oh, but you just did. You weren't gonna call her out, but you just did.
And it made me
had to have a
I
quick
felt
family
some kind
call
of way
this
about that
morning.
because I'm like, I sure she knows. She don't know about the show every Saturday. I felt like she didn't.
She don't have. She now
didn't-
Aggie.
and her time is like-
Aggie done moved time zones.
So
now,
yeah,
'cause
she didn't even know.
She just left Ghana, by the way. All DGMTs know my mum was in. It was
In the
gallivanting
homeland.
around the world. She wasn't really going back to London, which is home for her. She finally
She's in the
returned
original
after
homeland.
6 months.
She went to the original
original
homeland, which is Ghana.
Right. And she returned today. So her timing off. You can't blame
All
her for
right,
that.
I was
Timing
like,
off.
that's like
She all over the place.
I felt hurt.
She all over the place.
Just the cheesy betrayal for you, the cheesy betrayal for you to just call on this Saturday morning. But
So
anyway,
yes, good morning. We just
morning, everybody.
wasting time to let you
Yeah.
guys share it.
to get shared and
Get
get
people in
get
the room.
these woos up.
Get these woos
I
up
like these
so
woozes.
we can get the show moving.
So
on the road.
condolences goes out. This was a rough yesterday for a lot of people.
Honestly, it was a lot of things going on.
we lost-
Judy said she giving us her life history. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Judy May, let me read this. Let me
Oh,
get
I
it
love
before
it.
we go this. Judy May Mont. Judy May, so I grew up on Mackey Street across from the Ice House / ball field. I don't even know
That's a
Mackey
pla-
Street,
that's still-
Ice House, ball field on Mackey Street.
Where could that be?
Judy, I lost. I don't even know
Ball field?
where the ball field is.
I don't think there's a ball field anymore.
On Mackey Street, Ice House.
What's an ice house? Place where they sell
Please
ice?
where they get ice. I have no idea where that is, Judy May. You
I
lost
was
me.
looking for something this
Um,
morning and popped up to your page. Judy,
Awesome.
I believe you've been led.
My grandma
Nothing by
would have been
coincidence.
107 today. No, it's good. Being married for 27 years. She's a domestic engineer.
What's a domestic
I
engineer?
do not know.
Oh.
She's from Adderley M. Smith, Mott Evans family, Andress and Long Island mix. This is good to know.
I mean, drop
The
your
whole
drop your
yeah.
what we calling it? Drop your bio.
Drop the bios
Drop
down
your
there.
bio. DGMT is drop your
I know
bio
it's
because this is
cool,
one big happy
'cause
family.
I know Imana was from Suriname. It's good to hear. So she lives in Nassau, Bahamas. She's born in Suriname. Ambassador Devon is a pastor. She saw it live on my page, and she's enjoying the show so far.
And we ain't even talking about
We ain't even getting
my
done yet.
Imana, we ain't even start. My goodness.
Chili Willy off. Oh yeah. She's Chili Willy on Mackey Street. You know, I don't really call that part of Mackey Street. That's really the problem. And she said a domestic engineer. This is cool.
I love it.
It's a housewife.
I love it.
Domestic engineer. That's currently what my wife is too. My wife is now currently serving as a domestic engineer.
Your wife is a journalistic as
among
well as other things.
44 other things that she
I
does.
was gonna say.
So yeah, so I forgot about that. I forgot Mackey Street does consist of Chili Willy.
What?
When you head down Mackey Street, like you heading towards the bridge, you can't head towards it now because it's one way. But that's also Mackey Street. I didn't even think about that part of it.
Got you.
So yeah, man, from all the way from Suriname. I don't know exactly where Suriname is, but I just like the name. It's one of those places that you know, but you don't really know exactly where it's from. Like where it is on the map. Where's Suriname? Exactly.
South
But
America.
It's always something we know though. We're like, from Suriname. Suriname. You don't know
Caribbean.
We don't know
It's
where
a Caribbean country though.
We don't know where Suriname
Is it? I think it's considered a Caribbean country.
So today's biography day. We just dropping biographies.
South America. I was right.
South America?
I was right. Yeah.
Good job, man. Julianne
Donald?
says she's from South Beach, Exuma, Carmichael Road, and Cowpen Road.
Now that's a mix, Julianne.
No, he's expecting for you to be rather different mood considering
And
Prince Philip's
honestly,
demise.
honestly, It was heavy on my spirit yesterday, but I'm all right today.
Was
it was
it?
heavy on. Let me tell you what happened.
I want to hear the
right?
story.
I want to tell you the story. I'm born and raised in the UK, and I think you develop a certain indifference to the royal family because they're just there.
Yeah.
Like they're there, and everyone assumes that they're very accessible. You know, because you're in the same country. You never see them. Like the first royal I ever saw, I was in the Bahamas. I met when the irony of it all. I think Princess Sophie and somebody.
Oh, I didn't know
It's
that
a
is.
Sophie and somebody. They came to my school to visit the Queen's.
Good. Queen's got, yeah.
Makes sense,
I
right?
know. Yeah, old school.
So complete indifference until I started watching The Crown.
They
The Crown changed my whole entire
which
life.
is so weird because you are from the UK.
And so watching The Crown, I developed a love and affinity for the royal family. And then, so in my homeroom, we have Newsday Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Every Tuesday morning, we talk about what's in the news. And you know, Prince Philip, maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago, he was
Yeah.
in hospital. So one of my students said that the news that they had read was that Prince Philip was dead. This was 3 or 4 weeks ago. And immediately my eyes started to water. And I was like, hold on. I didn't read that. What are you saying?
Yeah.
Stop the playing. He was like, yeah, Miss Wilson. I was like, no, I'm going to Google it. And when I Googled it, you see my eyes are welling up now. I Googled it and he wasn't dead. And I was like, don't play like that ever again. And I had a moment when I realized, I think when you're British, whether you want to or not, there's certain part of you that just, there's certain connection. Like whether it's subconsciously imprinted in just your identity. Because they're a staple.
That's
they're
different.
national pillars, whether we like it or not, whether you were for them, whether you're against them, they're embedded in your subconscious. So at that moment, I realized, oh my gosh, if any of them was to die, I would genuinely be really upset. This was 3 weeks ago.
And
so when I saw that Prince Philip was dead, I had to do a lot of, is this real? Is this real? Is this real? Is this fake news? Is this fake news? And I had a moment, I was like, Phil, you gone? And let me tell you, before The Crown, I had no idea who Philip. Like, I would have to be like, oh, Andrew Philip. Like, I would have to try and recall his name. But after The Crown, that's my dog.
Is that something that's taught in the schools? Like, you would know their names?
No.
Or that's just something that you just know?
Like how in grade 5 you're taught who's the minister of the national symbols. Never.
Wow.
That is not part of our curriculum. You know who the Queen is just by paying attention to what's going on around you. You don't get taught like royal family and who's the next in line.
So not a part of history lesson?
Nope.
None. Wow.
Nope.
That is different. So if
it is, I completely missed it.
what are y'all teaching history then? Do you remember? Like what was the history lesson
Again,
about?
Delton.
Oh, wasn't any history, was it?
Let's not talk about
Anywho then. So condolences to the royal family.
that. Julianne, you're not supposed to make this sound funny.
Bad boy, my bad.
He really was a G, like, and you know, and anyway, I'm sure we're going to talk about the other people who passed away.
Yeah.
But for me, it was beautiful and sad at the same time. The amount of celebration of his life and recognition of his contributions to the royal family, to British history, as a man, his skills, whatever. I just thought all this, and he's dead, babe. Like, when he was alive, you had to go digging for this, or you had to watch The Crown.
Yeah, watch The Crown.
You know what I mean? And now that he's dead, it's like, oh, it's just like, oh.
That's usually how it is. Usually when someone dies, all of a sudden now.
I think something about
dig
the
up all the-
last,
we dig
those
up all the
last
good.
two, my dog Philip and my dog DMX, the dogs,
All the dogs.
all the dogs, all of them. I just like, it's a lot of celebration and a lot of, which is beautiful, but at the same time, it's really sad. Like,
Yeah, so
So
condolences to Lizzie.
Dawn, I'm okay. I'm holding up good today. Yesterday was a little rough.
God save the Queen.
God save the. I really want them to do a little notebook situation.
Over those two?
I don't want her to be here long without him. Some people believe she's happy he's gone. I don't think so.
I guess because of The Crown now, we have like some insight
into their
to the
relationship.
relationship. 'Cause outside of this, nobody even remember. Especially for this side of the world. I don't know how it was for anybody else.
For me, I was surprised. I saw Bahamians commenting, Philip, R.I.P., great man. He's with God now. I was like, what is chaos?
As me as baby, I didn't no idea who Philip was. I didn't even know that Lizzie was married.
What? Come off it.
I knew none of these.
Come
things.
off
I mean, like
it.
not now. I mean, like
Didn't know
now.
he was-
But I mean, like in the
Didn't know
recent.
she was married?
In the recent past, like I had no idea she was even married. So So for me, it was different now. Like seeing people comment yesterday, I was like, oh, so y'all knew him, or y'all just from the crowd?
Y'all
too?
knew him all along.
So I don't
Could
know
be
if
the
they
crown.
knew him or that's just the crown talking. Like they knew him
Timing
from
of the
the
crown
crown.
hasn't been
It
impeccable,
was
I must say. Timing of the crown generally.
But what is it in the UK that these persons like don't die young? What is it?
This is a mystery. I think it's
What is,
just
is that royal family? Is that blood? Is that royal blood? Does they have that? They have that old. Is that
what live long.
that
blood.
live long blood?
I think they just look after
They
themselves.
just don't die.
No, I just think they look after themselves. They've learnt the science of the human body and do all the things that they need to do to keep their bones, muscles, organs, faculties working for as long as they can.
Spotted tea.
They got them. They got them. I mean, you really don't have any other job but to be alive and show up.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
they invest all their energy. Some of y'all is you train yourselves in graphic design. Some of y'all go to school to be a better teacher.
Yeah.
Queenie has to stay alive. That's a job.
Julianne
Stay
says
alive
it.
and stay on the throne.
Julianne say they stay inside. Julianne says the cigarettes. The cigarettes, the spotted tea, and they stay inside. That's the key to long life.
So that's the conception y'all have in the Bahamas of British people. That
Spotted tea.
we drink tea and smoke
Spotted
cigarettes.
tea, cigarettes,
Now
stay
there's
inside.
there's a core class, working class British people who do exactly that. That isn't the majority though, because being British identity is far more complex because you think someone like me, I'm British,
Yeah.
and the implications that has. Someone who's born bred G'day Jamaican is British too. Oh yeah, but anyway, that's a whole nother show. Like, what is British identity? But yeah, the tea. I feel like Bahamians drink more tea than British people do. I'm just saying.
Oh, no, Bahamians some tea now.
You're like a cup of tea.
Bahamians love some
The
tea.
first time a Bahamian offered me a cup of tea, I could not fathom what was happening. I was like, but it's hot. I don't understand. It's warm
Like,
here.
first of all, what do you mean hot?
And when you say tea, do
that
you
was
mean
too
the
hot for
same
tea.
thing as I mean? When I say tea, it's the same.
Do
It's
you mean iced tea?
This is a bush kind of tea you giving
No,
me.
no,
Now,
no,
y'all
no.
have bush tea, but no, they were offering me Lipton. And then Bahamians feel like tea connoisseurs. They could tell me, no, this kind of tea is better than this kind of tea. Y'all are bougie. Y'all bougie.
And like once you're in the house, once the kettle goes on, it's like an alarm goes off. It's like, huh?
And I am fully, what's the word? Assimilated. Because I will be in the house, be like, anyone for tea? Yesterday, I had some people in my, anyone want tea? Tea, anyone? I was like, Vera, why are you offering people tea? I really should buy a kettle.
Did they want tea?
They did want tea.
Exactly.
All manners of tea.
Of course they want tea.
Tea with lime and sugar, pomegranate tea,
Yeah, so
green
no.
tea, peppermint tea.
Um,
I must say my vocab was enhanced a great deal since watching The Crown. Don, I'm going to need you to tell me what kind of words you learned from watching The Crown. What kind of words you did not know and you learned from watching The Crown. So anyway, yes, I think I kind of wish I was at home for the mourning period of his death.
okay.
Because I think there's the kind of solidarity that
Yeah.
brings people together, and it would be nice to be a part of that.
I was upset with the notice that they put on the gate. Did you see the notice? I was like, y'all can do a little more than this. It was literally 8.5 by 11. This huge gate. It's right here. It's on there.
That's how it goes. Like
At
that's the
least put
protocol.
on a legal sheet. They got 8.5 by 11. It was like right here on the gate. It's like a notice went forth this morning. I'm like, that's the notice.
That's
Like,
it.
You can't see that from anywhere.
But then that's part of the pomp and pageantry because
Yeah.
no one's actually going to learn he's
No.
died from the
Yeah.
notice on the gate. Everyone knows, so it's part of the tradition. And I kind of feel like in a small way you appreciate that they maintain some of these
Oh, yeah.
insane
Yeah,
traditions.
it's a way of life.
Yeah, it's way of life. So I want to
So-
see. I did say I want to see the Queen cry.
Things gonna happen.
I think she will.
Okay.
I think she will. Oh, but if you watch The Crown, Queenie has a problem crying. She doesn't.
She does.
She doesn't cry.
I don't watch all the seasons, but that season I did watch was one of the things that she
Yeah.
doesn't. She can't find emotion.
She tried to wipe nothing with a tissue.
When the children died, and then that,
and they were like,
she was like,
"This-
"What's happening?"
Not even for this.
That
was rough.
It's like,
I think it was at that moment she won me over. I was
it's like you gotta go when you gotta
they
go.
told you to suppress. No, because you want me to suppress all my emotions and feelings and then bring them up suddenly when it works for you guys.
Yeah.
And I've done it. I've learned to. That's my girl.
Judah may say
buddy.
no. She ain't
Lizzie.
gonna cry. Judah say no.
Thank you
It's not
so
gonna
much
happen.
for those of you sending
condolences.
condolences.
Yeah.
Oh, we've just learned that Suriname is above Brazil.
It is.
Ah,
So now we know we can speak more.
next to Guyana.
Speak
above
strong
Brazil.
My God, I do the Surinamese.
What's Suriname known for, Imana? Like, what's its thing?
It's its niche.
What's its niche? Every country has a niche.
So we lost the royal family, and then we lost royalty in hip hop. In the present, in one Earl Simmons, better known to the young folks as DMX.
Now I'm gonna
Ride
say
or
this, and I
die.
hope you guys don't take this the wrong way. I saw a lot of fake caring when it came to DMX. Yeah. And a lot of no for both of them, Prince Philip and DMX.
For both of them.
But I think because my caring would have been quite fake, I spotted the fake carers. I was like, sis, you have him up on your status. You've never listened to rap. Not just you haven't listened to DMX. You've never listened to rap.
Total.
Period.
Yeah.
A day in your life.
No, there's a lot of persons. I saw the pictures up. It's like, all right. I was like, okay, all right.
It's that social media bandwagon pressure. I remember when I was accused of being anti, black progression because I didn't congratulate Barack Obama on my Facebook status the day he became president. Like, why did you put it up? Because I didn't want to. And I feel like that's the same with like condolences and RIP. Like, if you don't say it, you're like some kind of, I never listened to I'm really sad that he's passed, and I'm sad the circumstances in which he passed.
Yeah, I'm sad of that. I'm sad of the circumstances in which he passed.
I really hope he's with Jesus. Someone said that's not possible. I think it is.
It's not possible. Mm-hmm. You never know.
We don't
know. We don't know the mind of God. Or what happened before the man died.
He doesn't look like an Earl. Earl is his name, girl. Stop it.
Yeah, no, he's Earl. Earl Simmons.
Earl is his first name.
He's a very, very transcending rapper.
I'm gonna take your word for it. Give us.
No, I mean, because there was one of his iconic moments is at this concert, like with about 1 million white people in them, like these mosh pits. And he is doing his regular songs, and they go in
to get it.
Crazy.
Oh no, I feel like white people gonna learn the black people rap now.
I was like,
you
first
watch
of all,
white chicks when they in the car.
Y'all better not say these words that he's saying.
Okay, when you watch white chicks and they're in the car and they're like, you can't say that, and they're like, why? There's nobody around, and then all of them know all the words.
All the words. So I think they weren't saying the words, but they were loving it. And then he was just one of those aggressive rappers that people liked. And he was just so nice to know what he was saying, but people liked him. And I don't care who you are.
Oh no, I didn't mean to click to.
When that
I'm sorry.
I see you clicking things.
I didn't mean
when y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here.
I think there's two DMX choruses I probably know in my life. Not songs, choruses. Because I couldn't tell you anything about the rest of the song. But I mean,
when the anthem came on, everybody knew what that was. What? You go crazy, you got something to throw it. It's very violent guy in this rap music. But hey, so I'm not resting. I got to rest. Can you rest in peace? Yeah, R.I.P. Condolences to the Simmons family.
Yeah. And Simmons and the DMX fans.
Yeah, and so Imana Suriname has some of the largest rainforests left in the world. Lots of natural resources like gold. You have gold in Suriname?
How many countries have gold?
Lumber, oil, spices, etc. We were a colony of Holland. It's not much of them you hear about.
The only Dutch-speaking country in South America. Lovely people. Listen, y'all don't come to DGMT and leave empty-handed. We tell you this all.
Learn new things today about Suriname.
Oh, I love it. I love a good geography or history lesson myself. I do. I don't know. I love geography, but I don't like I love maps and knowing places, but I hated geography as a subject. Couldn't stand it.
Don't catch Vera off here. See, you can be dropping all the phrases to DMX.
Not me.
No, Julia, that's what I said, Julia. I said those two songs. So I was singing the Stop Drop song at the beginning.
See? How do these things even get
Let's get down. Let's get down. You know
I
it.
can
You
tell
know
you,
it.
I have never clicked on that to play it on anything.
Never.
Not on LimeWire back in the day.
Because
Windows Media Player. Never ever. Never ever, but I know. I know the choruses.
So anyway, so condolences. And anyone else who lost somebody during this week, we send condolences to you during the time of bereavement. Moving on. That's our housekeeping. Housekeeping is done. For those who do the show.
We haven't finished housekeeping.
You finished yet?
Because Delton, they say I got to go get the vaccine because I was a teacher. We ain't talking about that yet.
Oh, that's a real issue. That ain't no housekeeping.
Oh, that's the real
That's a real issue for y'all. Teachers are now amongst those.
We're just
now,
moving through the news, guys. We're just moving through the news.
Teachers are now those allowed now to go ahead and get the vaccine. One, Vera, are you taking it? Quick to the question.
Am I taking it?
Are you going for the vaccine now that's available?
Oh, God. I'm on the radio. I don't want to say what I want to say. Currently, at this moment in time, the answer is no.
How does your place of employment feel? Are they encouraging the teachers to go and get it?
I read an email that I had to read multiple times to gauge the tone, whether the tone was suggestive, strongly encouraging. And I think they're just providing the information.
Okay.
And they're providing the information. It's available. This is what you can do. And then this is the process. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy. This person's done it. This person's done it. This person's done it. I'm very aware of the fact that, hi, Imana's a teacher too.
She is.
Imana, we could be friends.
And a songstress.
And a songstress. What is this? Imana, add me on Facebook.
We could be friends.
We could be friends.
Sure, not friends.
I'm aware. I was talking to my mum this morning, and I'm aware of the fact that while it won't, I think we're a long way, if ever, from it being compulsory. Social pressure to get it is going to increase, especially for people like medical professionals, teachers, those of us that are like frontline workers, and I'm engaging. I'm just gauging it. I'm trying to see who's going to be the first person to try and pressure me. Who's going to try it? Who's going to try it? So I'm currently a no. I'm not against it. I'm not. In the words, my mom. So my mom's pushing 70. So I said, hey, Aggie, you taking it? Because she's back in the UK
she traveled
now.
all over the places.
And she up and down and right now she's in quarantine because she's been away.
Yeah.
And I know in the UK, they sent the letter to say, hey, you old, come and get it now. So I said to her, you going to take it? Aggie's words were, no, why would I take something I don't need? And I was like, oh, that hit me. Like it was like a bagown. Why would I take something I don't need? She said, I'm going to put something in my body that I don't need. She said, however, if they make it compulsory, she said, I'm not scared of it. And I said, that's why I use my mouth.
Something weird in my coffee just now.
And I'm fully aware of the fact that I couldn't say that to everybody.
No.
Because I'd have to qualify the statement that I don't need. And the people that are going to challenge me most likely are people that won't necessarily understand, even if I did try to explain. So that's my position. I'm right now, I'm a no. Imana says she's still praying. I don't even think I'm praying. I'm just a no.
Just a no.
I'm just a no.
Donald says he knows a number of persons who took it already, and he's monitoring them for the next few weeks. Not too fond of all the blood clot talks.
You know what? We've been challenged by the health professionals on DGMT to just stay reading, stay researching, stay reading, stay researching, stay reading, stay researching. I feel like when you say, when the phrase all these blood clot talks, comparatively, the blood clot talks and the I'm okay talks, like comparatively,
if you compare them,
talks are quite minuscule. However, the fact that they're there means we have to talk about them.
Yeah, they're definitely there.
Yeah, I watched some interviews. I should have made a note of the names of. I think these are the leading health professionals. One was in the UK and the other one was somewhere in Asia, and they were both talking about the different types of vaccine or the different brands or whatever vaccine, and the fact that those between the ages of 18 and 29 are being advised to seek an alternative to the AstraZeneca. I actually have the link. I should have sent that to you.
Should have said that.
Because that made me feel like, okay, I'm in the Bahamas and that's all that's on offer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And if I hadn't come across that, I wouldn't. Just the fact that someone somewhere said that made me stop and pause and read. Like, you know what I mean? Like, talking about future impact or whatever, and I'm definitely outside the age bracket of 18 to 29, but my body might not be that far away in age. I was speaking to another colleague of mine. Now, she has comorbidities, and she has, been very cautious and very aware, and so I assume she'd be one of the first people on the line for the vaccine. But she said when she read that, or when she saw that, she's actually 38, but she recently had a baby, and she's a geriatric mother, because I think after 35 or so, you're considered geriatric. You're considered old. You're considered a late mother. So I think she had a baby at 36.
We have pension babies.
She had a baby at 36, and she was considered a geriatric.
Wow,
Am I saying the right word?
I don't know. I know pension babies.
Please fix it. Not geriatric. Fix it. Miss Mary, fix it, because I'm about to shame myself on national radio, and I don't want to do that. But anyway, she said that all her checkups and stuff, the doctor made her aware of the fact that her body was younger than her age.
Okay.
So while they'll tell you 18 to 29-year-olds, whatever, or this age to this age is advised to do whatever, your body may not know that it's... Please fix it for me, Miss Elise. You're telling me what it's not. I asked you to tell me what it is.
Listen.
The ladies who are past a certain age having babies. Jerry, what it is.
Yeah, ma'am, I have no idea.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
I'm not one of them, so I don't know. Anyway, I think, it's a lot of things to consider, because your body may not be your age. Your body may not be your age. Your body may fall in the bracket of 18 to 29, even though you are 36.
But function.
In the case
Functionality
of this friend of mine who, in doing checkups, getting ready to have a baby, it became apparent that, no, sis, your body's in great shape. So right now I'm a no. I saw a colleague of mine on the TV talking about getting it. She works in the classroom next to me. So
just getting it?
I know she's vaccinated.
Elderly Pimagrada.
Missy Litz. I don't think that's the one I'm looking for.
Not yet.
For women. Oh, let me Google it.
Anyways, so while you Google it, yes, ma'am. Do you maybe want to ask a question? Do you or Arthur Delton that Adrian talks about? That would be me, ma'am. I'm the one.
He is the Delton. Period. Not just the one that's Adrian. He is the Delton. Full stop.
That would be me. The one that's usually being asked the tough questions. No, national access. So I want Donnie going for it. I know Donnie is online. She's also a teacher. Imana still praying. So Donnie is online. I know Donnie is getting the vaccine. Dawn watching. So Dawn doing his test
Dawn
trials
monitoring his
on people.
colleagues.
So there's a lot of talk. I am not going to minimize.
See, what is geriatric pregnancy? Pregnancy after 35. Come on now. I was right. The Google tell me I was right.
Anyway, so Donnie taking the vaccine, because it's now available now for teachers. Teachers are now on the list.
And it hit me like boom, like oh. Like, you know what I mean? The vaccine was coming.
Like
it was on its way. They were making it, and then it was on its way, and then it was here, but it wasn't for me. And so it was all like, vaccine. And I was like, oh wait, like me too?
Like teacher?
It's our turn?
Teacher? Yeah, that's you, man.
That's me.
I still personally.
I'm not gonna lie, I felt special.
We know who I am. You know where I am.
When they put me in when I feel like I got a front. You know what I mean? Like, when you're getting on a plane and they say people in section one,
business class,
women with children, people in section 1. I feel like I'm in section 1 or section 2, and I feel
called by your zones. So now your zone
I
is
feel
here
like
now.
my zone got called, and my zone got called like early. All right.
Oh, did you say now? Doctors say that it's advanced maternal age.
So we're not allowed to say geriatric, eh?
I mean, geriatric guys know geriatric be like old. I don't know.
But that's apparently what.
Donnie says I was very shocked at this. She says, "Oh, we're on the list." So that's good for them to know, not for me, for them to know. So I guess we know what.
But Donnie, why are you a no? Why are you no? I mean, everyone say. I think that's a question people have to ask. I think, why are you a yes? Why are you a no? Why are you a yes? Why are you a no? It can't be that because the bandwagon says so. Yeah, it can't be because you heard someone else's excuse, and
yeah. So I don't.
Marisha, pregnancy is 35 is geriatric in the natural realm, in the spiritual realm, So don't worry about it.
Did you get?
Judy May says, I think it's hurtful. I know.
Yeah,
I mean, I agree. I think advanced maternal age is probably more appropriate. I think we've become politically correct about so many other things. Why can that still be used to refer
35.
to women over 35 having babies?
geriatric.
I agree. Y'all want to change the words and all kind of things and make this gender neutral, and we still calling women over 35 having babies geriatric. Fix that. I'm with y'all.
Julie May said Sarah was what? 99.
Ella Bashaya.
So yeah, so we ain't taking a geriatric dog. But anyway, so that's where you're at now for teachers. But I saw a long list of when they did it for the elderly. When got it, I was very surprised. But I was like, I'll go ahead get it, let the elderly get it. I haven't.
In my headphones, I just heard you say "let the ugly get it," but you said elderly. But you said it so quickly.
Sorry,
it
man.
sounded
Let
like
the
ugly get
elderly.
it.
I don't know what is ugly.
Huh?
What is ugly? There's no ugly.
My gosh, y'all can lie now, boy.
Fearfully
Jesus.
and wonderfully made.
Okay.
All of us.
Yeah, but wonderfully
And
doesn't
his-
necessarily mean beautiful.
And his image, we were made in his likeness. So you're saying God has some ugly in it?
Ooh, powerful. But Delton. Some people are born sick. We saying God has some sick in him?
I'm asking you the questions, man. Vimana says those of us that
So
don't
that piece
have
of ugly
children
in you ain't from God.
died from God. I mean, hey, all of us are born in sin.
Oh my God.
Shaped
in iniquity. And that could just mean you come out ugly.
All kind of scriptures to justify.
However, there's nobody who's ugly. No one is ugly.
Nobody.
No one is ugly because people coming for me today.
There's somebody
and
that
Girl
loves
Talk
you.
just do like a
Exactly.
self-love show.
Exactly.
I want to come in here and talk about people
Talk
being
about
ugly.
people ugly.
Never.
And then someone tell you pretty for a dark girl. And how you can feel that. Exactly. Imana says those of us that don't have children
I'm still
yet,
formulating my response to that in my head. I'm not going to let that go. I'm still formulating
how
my
would that
response.
play out when we take the vaccine? What will the vaccine do to me and my unborn child?
And that's, I think, generally when there are the inhibitions that are circulating are to do with, women who are still in childbearing age, who haven't had children, still intend to have children. And I think men too, because we need y'all to have the babies.
I mean, hey,
So
it would be nice.
let's not get it twisted now. And I think that wasn't really real for me. I really wasn't. I heard people talk about it, but I didn't really kind of associate that concern with myself. Like I never connected it to Vera. You will eventually want to have children and the vaccine, but now suddenly it's here. I was like, I do really have to consider that and think about that. I think that's to do with a lot of things we put in our bodies.
Yeah.
I do feel like the vaccine consciousness, like what's this going to do to my body? What are the long-term effects of this? I'm just like, what are the long-term effects of eating chicken wings every day?
Or drinking rum.
What are the long-term effects of drinking Coke all the time? What are the long-term effects? I think, you've got to be that kind of critical. I told you what happened to me, the encounter I had with the Holy Spirit.
The Holy Spirit.
Delton. Y'all, I got to tell you, this was so real. This was so real. So real. I woke up one day. I've told the story a few times because it was like, it hit me. I felt like I got slapped in the face. Real talk. Woke up. I've been having really oily skin lately, like excessively oily skin. Those of you who watch DGMT will know, by this time, I should have wiped my face at least 6 times. Just dabbed a bit here. See, my nose is shiny. But it's not as bad. I woke up one morning, I was like, this oily skin business, like, where did it come from? Why is my skin so oily? Sis can't even wear makeup in peace. Come on, what's going on? And just like off the cuff, I was like, Lord, fix this, man. In the mirror before I brush my teeth in the morning. And like a thunderous rumbling, I heard the voice say, but all you do is eat oil. Why would oil not come out of your skin? And I felt like I had been punched in the gut and slapped in the face. It was the realest thing ever. And that shook me. I was like, Jesus cares about what I eat, Jesus cares about what I eat. He cares about my health. Cares about this, like what I do with my temple. And saints, I think I had chicken wings twice in the Easter break, which is a big deal for me.
I
love me some wings. I love me some wings. And legit, I have seen a marked improvement
in the skin.
In the oil secretion. Because if you Google it, Google could tell you 50 million reasons why your skin is oily. Holy Spirit said, no, I'm going to tell you which one is your problem. You eat too much fatty food. Eating too much chicken wings, real talk, saints, and I have seen a marked improvement. Like in the middle of the night, I would wake up, go to the bathroom, and literally my face would be like drenched in oil. It was bad. It was really, 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 really bad. So, I feel like I'm about to embark. I've begun to embark on a slightly more health conscious journey of
and this whole talk of what we put in our body.
Because, we're talking about, we freaking out about the vaccine and using the fears of what it's going to do to us to not take the vaccine. But there are some things we know are bad for us and we're still eating them unapologetically.
That's the fake caring side. That's the fake caring side.
I feel like
all up in arms.
I feel like I've had this vaccine talk, body changing, you're getting childbearing age, all them things. You get to an age and you're slightly more conscious of these things, like your body, because your knees, they don't bend like they poster. There was a video circulating on in some of the Life Worship Center groups of the girl who was dancing. And just the other day, someone said, so it's for real, that girl is not you. And I was like, first of all, I don't have those knees. Like, I wish I had her knees. And you become more conscious. The other day, Delton was witness to a cramp. I just got cramp in my foot.
Yeah.
For no reason.
She's just standing up.
Painful. Standing up, minding my business. I got cramp in my foot. And everyone was like, yeah, it comes with the age. I was like, oh, man, not this too.
Like
tell
her what to do. Take the toes, bend the toes forward. You'll be all right. Bring them back.
Everybody had advice. I was like, whoa, this is the thing. Delton's like, at least twice a week. Body changing, getting older, fake caring. You gotta do less of that fake caring, man.
Yes, and still no, though.
What do you mean?
Yes to the... Not like we don't really care. We put in our bodies, but still no to the vaccine.
Oh yeah, but I'm still no to the vaccine. But you gotta have a wider look at yourself as a person too.
That's actually. Let me before I get to the other comments, go to what Julie just said. Julie said yes, we can reverse what we eat. But can the vaccine be reversed?
I don't think we can reverse what we eat.
Yeah, man.
You can't reverse what you eat.
You can clear.
Some of the long-term effects of the things that you've eat, you can make a change.
Yeah,
yes,
you can make a change.
I'm not selling vaccine. No, I'm not selling vaccine. I'm saying, don't just be that. I don't want. I'm thinking about the effects of the vaccine on my body. Rightly so. But also think about the effects of what you eat on your body. Now, mind you guys are going to catch me tomorrow eating chicken wings. I don't want to come on here like I'm perfect. I don't want to come on here like I have it all made and I'm going together. Nah, you know what I mean? Elton Bain, who has come from nowhere, did not wish anybody good afternoon. Didn't say good morning. He said, then you take it. I hope you're not attacking me, Elton Bain. I don't know you, and I wish you a very good afternoon on that good morning tea. But I hope you ain't coming for me. I ain't taking it. I don't tell you all that. But I'm saying this opens up to a wider conversation.
Let's go back.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's go back. Let's reverse back to some comments.
Yeah,
but this says pretty period here. That's your response. Pretty period.
Period.
I mean, I didn't say when someone said I didn't say it.
That's why I'm not looking at you, because you would never.
Dolly just said she hasn't congregated around the campus to discuss whether or not she will take it. She practiced social and physical distance. So I won't be having a conversation anytime soon. And her response is June 26th is soon.
See, these teachers, all they do is count down to the end of the school year. Count down to summer. School starts again. We're counting down to summer. Guys, what is going on?
Shawty, wait, see.
I think she's saying mercy to the whole oily skin thing. Shauna,
the Holy Ghost
that was as real as any encounter I've had with the Lord, if not realer.
To those who are listening via the radio, if you want to call in and send a text on what your feelings are, you feel free to do so. The number is 828-2543. Again, that's 828-2543 if you want to text or WhatsApp a message to us. Feel free. Don't feel like only Facebook can respond. Y'all can also respond to us as well. 828-2543. And if you want to call in and have your voice heard, you can call in at 828-3543. So 2543 is the text line, 3543 is the call-in line. That's 828-2543 for text, 828-3543 for calling. So that's those who are listening via TuneIn Radio or listening via the actual FM radio dial. Judy may make sure you know the angel when he comes, he says, "Fear not" first. That's the first thing he says, fear not.
I wasn't scared. I just felt personally attacked.
Tony just said the cracking in the knees just wake up the baby. That's that age, buddy. When he crossed that 30 age, you wake up, everything.
This week, I had an overwhelming desire to be married, and I'm going to tell you why. Overwhelming desire to be married. I needed somebody to crack my back. I needed somebody to walk across my back and pull my arm. You know when you just need someone to pull it?
Let's pull it. Get a hold of the door.
I was like, I gotta call someone to come to my house and pull my arm. I gotta call someone to come to my house and walk on my back. Oh, come on, Jesus. Speed this up. Literally, that's all.
Do it quick.
That's all I wanted. I just wanted somebody to be available on standby.
Just a stretch. Just give it a good stretch. Stretch, please.
I'm gonna hold the door and you pull my arm. I just the whole situation was out of whack. Like you don't sleep, your body ache. You sleep too much, your body. Like, come on, guy.
Do me to give the flats.
Flats for me.
For the wings, but give me them flats.
Oh, Judy May. I'm one of those. I don't even care.
Let's do the wings.
Play a flats.
Play the drums.
Play a drum.
Don't matter.
I can go either way.
That's
Wink,
now. Says
the
good morning
tip
all.
on. Good. Can I say it now? Good morning, one. Good morning, all. Good morning, big. Good morning, small. Good morning, short. Good morning, tall.
Good morning,
all
y'all. Yeah.
I'm a little late, but I really wanted to say that. I practiced.
The single struggle is real sometimes.
And in manner, it would be the smallest, most insignificant things that make you feel like Jesus. One man, though. On Sunday, I come to church half dressed because ain't nobody in my house to tell me, sis, you ain't do the thing up in the back. My single sister had to catch me in the church. She said, oh my, I could tell you get dressed by yourself. Come.
Come let me help you.
And you need them single sisters. Shout out to Marisha. Marisha tie up the back of my dress before I gone up to sing the songs of the Lord. Half dressed in the Lord church.
She got you. So what you do is you put your feet under the edge of the sofa. Lay on the ground. Stretch. I got you. I've been before. She was a domestic engineer. She said, I know how to do this. She's like, let me help you out. Put your feet under the edge of the sofa. Lay on the ground.
May, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate
you.
You know what we should do? It would be a funny little. What did she say?
She say speed this up. You just need to speed this up.
No, I'm looking at Auntie Lee's comment. See, you agree with her. Speed this up. Speed this up. I have moments where I need him to speed this up. And then I have moments when I turn and be like, Lord Jesus, thank God. You don't need me in here.
So you take my advice.
Lord, what advice, Auntie Lee? What advice? Clearly, I didn't take it because I don't remember what it was.
She's up at the table. At the table advice.
Auntie Lee. Auntie Lee, I need you to leave.
All right, man. The story of my life.
Post-haste.
Zip your girl, please.
Zip your girl, please. One thing I'm grateful for is I still have a lot of flexibility in my arm to reach my back.
Leather arms.
I have good length arms. I can get a zip. Can I show the people on the camera? I can get a zip.
Let me take it off.
I can get a zip.
See right there. Boom. Right there.
I can get the zip. But I think I just wasn't conscious. I was in a rush. I missed it. I could get the zip. If I remember, I'm going to get the zip. I'm going to get the zip. One husband, Jesus. This is exactly why. Auntie Leaf, I know. Stop now. You stop. I think, but it's. I wonder if one of the reasons God said you ain't getting no husband because you want him for foolish things. You want him to bring you food when you're hungry, zip up your things. You ain't serious. That's probably part of the reason. That's probably part of the problem.
Oh man. Speaking of, hold on, what's this? What's happening? Oh, all right. So speaking of this whole topic right there, I just want to slide this in here as a cheap plug.
A cheap plug. I see what you're about to do. I see what you're about to do.
Shout outs to the Salt City Grove Life Photo Center. It's going to be having this event. Let me take this thing off the screen so y'all can see it. For all those out there.
I want to talk about this.
You talk about it?
Yeah.
You can talk about it.
I want to talk about why I don't want to come.
Wow. Anyway, let me take the thing off the screen so you can see it. All right. So Salt City of Life presents A Path to Love and Marriage. It's happening next week, Saturday, April 17th at CHP's Auditorium. Start at 6:30 p.m. Guest speaker is going to be one who that Good Morning Tea knows very well, and the family of Life Photo Center. And
I love how Tequila Devad Thompson knows how to comment now. You always lie. I don't lie. Anyone who knows me, I ain't lie. Now, Tequila Devad Thompson, there's a high likelihood I'm going to be there. I just telling you, I don't want to come.
Yeah. So anyway, it's going to be a very interesting night. There's usually I gave them this whole idea.
Marisha, I want you to see my face on the side of this.
So you want me to talk about it?
No, because she didn't call me my name.
I can turn the mic off. All right, so that's what's happening here. There's an event happening at Life Photo Center. And it's just going to be a good time. You trying to get in the camera. So couples, we have Alex and Jade, they are recently engaged, but get married soon. Then we have D'Angelo and Janae. That's the couple that you see to the far on the next left side. They've been married for 3 years. Then we have Lionel and Shakara, been married for 16, going on 17 years, and 4 children later. And so they're going to be there. We're going to share some stories and let you know that regardless of where you are in life, there's different paths to this thing. Not everybody is Tyler Perry. You don't have to get abused first. And then find your knight in shining armor. Nope. You don't have to get abused first and then find love by some guy who have your shit open, like Tyler Perry says. So that's happening next week Saturday, 6:30 p.m. And then Pastor Denzel's gonna be closing it out. It's gonna be really good. I know it will be. I know these people. These people is mine. I know them a long time. These people is mine. So. So if you're single, if you're married, it's complicated. Come on, come on now. As Vera still trying to get this camera. No, move.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. So
okay.
That's happening Saturday.
I am so excited about this event.
Yeah. Whatever.
Moving
on.
Y'all is like lie. No. I want to say let me explain what I was saying.
Go ahead, man. Say why you're excited.
I am. Do you know what? I think your explanation just now sold it to me.
Okay.
Because when I look at that flyer, I'm like, this does not apply to my life. Point blank, period. That's the bottom line. Some of these, like these marriage things, these love things, oh God, there's a bunch of information I can't readily apply. Yeah, I can't readily use.
No.
Now, there may be some single woman who could readily use this information. Apparently, I can't. So I see flyers like that, and my mind immediately goes, I don't have the energy for this. I don't have an energy to take notes that I'm going to go put in one drawer and forget about when I need it.
When you go on a date, forget
That's
everything. Forget everything you learned.
You forget everything you learned. You're like, lie, I don't lie. However, I think when you said that just there about just seeing real life examples about the path to getting to this place, getting to engage, getting to 3 years, getting to 17 years and 4 children, hearing about the past, I think that real perspective is necessary for those of us that are in relationships and those of us that are still very single. So having heard that from you, I'm intrigued. And of course, the couples on the docket, who does not want to hear Lionel and Shakara's story? Who does not? So, I'll be there.
So they may want to say you remind her so much of Mercy Johnson.
Mercy Johnson. Now that's a chocolatey,
Nigerian actress,
beautiful woman.
She's Niger, right?
She's Nigerian.
Niger.
Mercy Johnson's Nigerian. I mean, I'll take that as a compliment, Judy May. Thanks. So yes, awesome. But
so
then,
for the relationship talk,
what is happening? Is it a relationship week? Because Girl Talk is doing relationship.
So I see as well. So Girl Talk is happening on Thursday at 4:35.
I believe there's a shifting in the wind.
There.
There's a shifting in the wind.
Y'all gotta catch it.
Marisha, there's a shifting. I'm not even playing. I believe there's a shifting.
Yeah, catch it.
I believe there's a shifting because let me just say there's a shifting.
People coming in the DM.
Two.
You get options on there. Slide in the DM.
Delton.
No. All right then.
Women, I don't know. Sometimes it's prayer. Sometimes you have to posture yourself. You got to prepare yourself. You got to put yourself out there. But sometimes you got to pray. Faith without works is dead. Mm-hmm. But then works without faith is also dead.
Also dead.
I just got to pray. I feel like maybe I can't quite remember.
I know this is coming. I had a feeling this is coming.
I just feel like some prayers have now penetrated.
I knew this was coming.
Prayers. So Vera is tired of hearing me.
I knew that was coming. I see it coming in the spirit.
I said I'm tired of hearing you. One thing about people, interpretation is everything.
Ivana says, Lord, send my zipperer. She need a zipperer.
That's why he ain't coming. Because God said, this man gonna come and you're gonna reduce him to a zipperer. That's all he's gonna be.
She said she need a Boaz. You know the story of Boaz? This is solely off topic. She mentioned the name.
Is it off topic? Because apparently this is
it's not off topic, but it's on topic, but it's off.
Pastor Denzel, we come into your comment.
I actually decided one day to actually look at that story of Boaz. A lot of people who asking God, I think y'all want that kind of relationship like that.
I mean,
how long Boaz lasts in the relationship?
Huh?
How long he lasts in the relationship?
As an old man?
No, how long did he last?
What do you mean?
Like, how long did their relationship last?
I don't know.
Like,
what, him and Ruth?
Yeah.
Is it recorded?
I think it was it. It wasn't?
it does. The book of Ruth doesn't just end and they live happily ever after. That's not the. That's not the final verse because, as far as I know,
That's it.
That's it.
All right then.
And they live happily ever after.
We go with that.
I feel like the circumstance. But you said this before. Like biblically, there aren't that many great examples of. There's not a lot of patterning in the Bible for how to build and maintain a good marriage. Because not a lot.
All right.
There's not a lot in the Bible on that.
Yeah, but I think if you read that story, I think he might have died like day after the wedding, something like that.
I think he was a whole man because
I think like he died like day after the wedding.
that's what the Bible say.
We
Find it.
We call it.
Listen, DGMT, we could do Bible study right here. This is gonna be what it's gonna be.
like
Circumstantially, he married her kind of like not out of pity, but like just to spare her from shame. I don't want any man
but I think it was like shortly after the wedding.
I don't want a man to marry me from shame, but but I don't want a man to marry me to spare me from shame.
That story
to date me out of pity. Let me put that out there too. Keep that. I want it.
Yeah.
So we all want Boaz, but Boaz was really, really old. I guess the thing about Boaz is that he was rich.
Yeah, so
And Ruth was she was a widow. So her position in society, she was, bound back down to the bottom of the barrel, and Boaz restored her dignity by marrying her. I think that's the beauty of,
like I said.
the story.
So come on Saturday, so you can hear that you don't have to you don't have to go through all these things before you get. Come on Saturday, let's dispel this notion
that we waiting for a Boaz.
That waiting for
I think the whole thing about Boaz was the rich. I think that's where this I'm waiting on my Boaz came from, because he was rich. Because there's no other part of the story that's massively attractive that she had to go and lay at his feet. Y'all ain't laying at nobody's feet. Y'all know you ain't doing that.
Just lay out at the feet.
Just lay
At the feet? Not stay at the feet? You guys stay at the feet of somebody overnight?
No, because he have to come find me. I must go into his room and lie at his feet. Never that. Because the Bible say he who finds a wife. So I must be what? Found. Two. So let's dispel the myth. Break it down, Delton. How we get to relationships today.
Anyway.
When we talk about relationships, it's always hot. It's always hot. That's what you need. Elton, what is it? That's what we need. Somebody whose feet we can lie. Elton, please help us clarify. He did die right after the wedding. So where did we get this Boaz thing from?
Right, I know, bro.
Read your Bible, pray every day.
Yeah, and I know Rudy was like in 40.
No Boaz for me, thanks. I ain't gonna lie, I was never looking for Boaz. I don't think.
Yeah, so let's wait to be found. But anyway, come on Saturday.
I like how Judy May punctuated that phrase. Findeth, full stop. Good thing. Because you want to put the onus on him to find you, but are you a good thing?
Are you a good thing?
Judy, you better preach on here.
Because no good thing
on today
will come withhold from you. No good thing.
Oh God.
Anyway, so come on Saturday. It's going to be a fun night. Surprises.
The wind is shifting because DGMT, we happen to be talking about relationships.
Yeah.
Marisha's going to get relationships on Thursday.
On Girl Talk.
Saturday, you're going to get a relationship. Who knows what's going to happen?
So
because we in that season. God say contract. Whoops. Next.
Julie may say, child, I know it's a good day. Take that. Put that in your pipe.
All the Salt City years are coming out of the cracks now. Saturday, them things. All right.
Yeah, so come on
be there Saturday. Who's coming to pick me up? Who's coming to take me?
Boaz.
My pastor say I'm not getting in no man's car.
Especially date night.
Yeah.
You drive yourself.
No. I'm do you need a ride? No, I'm good.
I'll get there. And I'll get from there as well. Don't need a ride to or from.
Do you need me to follow you home so you're safe? No, baby. I'm good. I know exactly where I live. I've made this journey multiple times.
That is a topic that you wanted to talk about. I guess we could jump. We have a commercial break coming up soon in about 34 seconds.
Right.
And of course, you know what I want to leave you with as we take this break. Just be prepared.
Well,
stand up, get a stretch on. You want to die.
We're just gonna make this the break.
Yes. It's gonna be our break song. And so stay tuned for the break. The break is
Elton says he's gonna be there. Elton.
We look forward to coming.
I say he.
I don't know if it's he or not. You say Elton.
Elton is it could be a female name. It's 2021.
Yeah.
It could be. So Elton is going to be there.
So Elton Bain is
We'll
coming.
be looking out for you. Basal, make a note. Devad, make a note of all these people who say they come in. Judy May can't make it, but
She'll be tuning in online.
She'll be tuning in.
We're going to stream it.
What did Nita Mo say?
Oh?
Nita Mo.
Oh, that's why they want to go. That's one quick.
They
quick,
were
quick come
a
up.
quick come up,
Boom.
and then you don't even have to work to maintain it.
It finished.
The thing done.
And you get a-
Maybe
and he
they're
was-
revealing
and he was rich?
the truest desires of their heart. What is I want a Boaz? Maybe that's exactly what they want. We
They
say
want
they don't want
someone
Boaz.
rich who would
Maybe
leave them the
that's
money.
exactly what they want.
I want sugar daddy. So that was it. Anyway, so we can talk about this because
Trudy may say she's gonna go and domestically engineer real quick.
yeah, they are.
In this commercial
She do some
break.
engineering real fast. And
No
then she can
problem.
come back. Yeah, so one of the things that we're going to talk about real quick, one thing that Vera always talked about is that Christian men don't know how to date. And
Delton, you gonna put my business out there like that?
that's what you say. You say Christian men don't know how to date. You say you want to talk about it. So guess what we're going to do when we come back? We're going to talk about it.
And you picked a bad week to start this conversation.
I mean, it's a good thing.
All I have is stories. All I have is stories.
And so stay tuned. We're coming right back, y'all. We're going to get a quick commercial break. We're going to refill our cups of tea.
Donald say the Saints driving in separate cars while on a date in 2021. The answer is yes.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
The answer is yes.
And Don-
unequivocally.
And don't you know why you should drive in separate cars? That's a separate company.
I wasn't even thinking.
Oh. I know I ended up Don's story online because he's a good married man now, beautiful wife. Anyway.
Good night, Jody Ann. You
Jody
come
Ann.
just in time.
Right in time for the commercial break. So
Just in time
y'all
for the commercial
stand
break.
up. Y'all want y'all to get loose. We coming right
And if
back.
we come back and these numbers are lower than they were before the commercial break, y'all ain't doing your job. I have all of y'all. I done take the register. I done take the
Press it.
register. I done
Press
made, I done do roll call. I know exactly who is here. Tell a friend to tell a friend because we about to, I guess, Delton about to put my business on the streets. And
So
y'all
give
know
it-
me. I have no filter. So why not? We here now.
So
We here now.
give us a minute. Give us exactly a minute. We'll be right back. It's that Good Morning Tea and Glory 93.9 FM, your favorite gospel station. Don't touch your jazz.
It's time to get holy.
Hey y'all, this right here is the Bible Slide featuring the Freedom Band. And this time we're about to get holy, 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 holy. Holy, holy, holy. Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. All right, we about to have some spiritual milk. To the left. Take a step of faith. Pray once this time. On the devil, let's stomp. On temptation, let's stomp. Bible slide real smooth. Now praise and shout. To the right. Take a step of faith. Jump out the boat. Right foot, let's go. Left foot, let's go. Bible slide now, y'all. Now it's time to get holy. Get right now. To the left. Take it to the grave and see it resurrect. Come alive this time. Right fist, 2 pumps. Left fist, 2 pumps. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Backslide. No! Backslide. No! It's just a move. Let's win the lost. Go left. Take his kingdom back now, y'all. 2 souls this time. 2 souls this time. Right fist, 2 pumps. Left fist, 2 pumps. Pray on your knees. Pray on your knees. Get holy with it. Oh, yeah. Come on. Bible slide now, y'all. Temptations. Turn them down. The harvest is ready. Take them back now, y'all. 5 souls this time. On principalities, let's stomp. On the bondage, let's stomp. They're not your friends. The devil's not your friend. On the devil, let's stomp. On temptation, let's stomp. Behave! Everybody raise your hands. Come on, y'all. Pray it out. How low can you go? Can you go down low? Drop your knees to the floor. How low can you go? He can bring it to the top. He can raise your face up. He can bring it to the top. 1 hop. Right foot now. Walk it out now, y'all. Bible slide real smooth. Turn the devil down. To the right. Take his kingdom back now, y'all. Don't fall this time. Don't fall this time. Win, win. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Shake off the dust, arise. Shake off the dust, arise. Win, win. Win, win. He's your friend. He's coming back again. Don't be fooled now, y'all. He's coming back again. To the left. Take his kingdom back now, y'all. The lost, the lost. The cross, the cross. He's alive, let's jump. He's alive, let's jump. Right fist, let's pump. Left fist, let's pump. His kingdom come. His will be done. Don't slide to the right. Don't slide to the left. Take his people back now, y'all. Bible slide now. Turn the devil down. Jesus wins every round. Stand firm now. Proclaim now, y'all.
You better believe it that Jesus loves you, everybody.
Jesus loves you.
You better believe it, and don't you
ever
forget it. That Jesus loves you.
Don't
Welcome
you
back.
ever forget it.
That Good Morning Tea. To those who were not listening watching on Facebook, you got to see it. You got to see it to believe it.
You gotta see to believe it, but I feel like the level of instruction, the breakdown of step by step. Do you really need to see it?
There you go. Dalton's able to get some cardio in this now. You got to put that work in, bro.
Cardio in, because Don, we out here not looking after our bodies.
Backslide. No. Like, no.
I don't know if there's ever a time this is not going to be funny.
Oh, it's always going to be funny. I don't care.
Are
what
we
happens.
ever going to run out of jokes?
So thank you all so much for tuning in. Once again, this is That Good Morning Tea. Brought to you by hot drinks, hot beverages from all over the world. From Suriname to Norfolk, Virginia, to the UK,
My goodness, hot beverages.
to Nashville, to New York, from all the way to Hatchet Bay, down there in Devil's
Hatchet
Point,
Bay.
Gal, and Julie May watching, she's stamping her feet washing the dishes. Listen to me, that is one of the classics. So any party that y'all have now, I need that to be played. If y'all ain't playing that, y'all in Chase but Jesus. And y'all on your way to Christless hell. So if that ain't the theme song to your party, you're on your way to Christless hell. I just want to let you know. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, welcome back. So before we left, we introduced the topic. One of the things that we have seems to be a silent pandemic. Is the plight of the single Christian woman in 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016. You know,
man.
ever since
man.
Adam and Eve.
Man.
It seems to be a issue, I think, especially for the Christian. I think it's more so for the Christian than I think it is for the unbeliever. Why I say that? I think for the Christian, if you go to the right church and you're hearing the word of God from a pastor, there are certain parameters and certain principles that are put in place.
Shout out to the pastor of Life Worship Center who's teaching on single life and married life and love.
Yeah.
It's profound.
But
It also levels us up too high, man.
that's the thing. So if you
gosh.
add the right church, and you're hearing these topics and hearing them based on principles of the Word of God, certain things you're looking for, certain things you are not going to accept as a Christian female when it comes to the dating world and the dating pool. Now, one of the things that
I mean, you could say for Christian man too.
I was like, now one of the things that we don't do, we don't check for the men. We be like, women, y'all need to do this, this,
You
this,
know
this.
what it is?
Man.
I think we talk our plight. We talk we vocalize our complaints.
Yeah.
Y'all don't do that. So only our issues are on the streets. Because we talk about it. Y'all quietly,
I'll say this. I'm married now.
Okay.
For a brief moment in my life.
So all the people who are on the Salt City panel, y'all make a note of all these things. And y'all tell these panelists to address these things. And they
So during a 24, I said 24, no, like from 20 to about 25. So I was at a point where I was like, I got to go outside church. Because I was looking around the church and there was nobody my age in church. There was absolutely
So nobody with your age in church?
Nobody was even close to my age.
Okay.
So I'll go, as those who are part of the High Church of God, go to convention that's time you can look around. Conventions when everybody,
convention, right?
all
right,
the churches
right,
come
right,
together.
right, right.
This is time conclave. You get
I know it.
together.
I know it
Everybody
well.
is there, and I
know
look
it well.
around, and
I
it's
know
like
it well.
people around my age. It was like me, and then the next closest person, female or male, was like about 44. 44. And so it's like, so I don't know. I got to come outside of this church.
Right. Okay. So
And
not
then
come
at
outside
a
the church.
time,
Come outside of
and then at
this
one
church.
point, then it was like, I got to come out of church. I had to find somebody, that does,
Yeah.
they know about Jesus. They don't worship the devil. That's where you actually know what? I don't get somebody who don't worship the devil. That was the plan. That's what I'm going for. Once they don't worship the devil,
Oh my goodness.
and for my father, I'm get somebody who come from a good family,
Right.
because my father is like I say, 80 plus years old.
What's a good family in the
Good
Bahamas?
fam.
What that mean?
They go by certain last name. What your parents
That
do?
means something here.
For a generation, yes. For
Yeah.
a certain generation,
For real?
they will know. Oh, use them Colebrook them.
But then what
boy,
what associations were?
them Colebrook them. They like
You
cheat.
gotta level it up too.
Oh, sorry. So
Pause the swing. So right there.
it didn't work. It didn't
No,
stop.
pause it right there. Oh
Yeah,
no, it's
all right.
now on my face. It's fine, it's fine.
Say it well. Yeah.
It's
So
okay, it's
so
okay.
for the Bahamian situation, there was like
I find that really difficult
family.
to believe.
Yeah. No, we wouldn't know your mommy. Who your people them is. We wouldn't know that.
Really? But why?
Because then
Because
you
the Colebrook's them like tend to be in prison or like.
yeah, no, for us, we like associate the family with like there's a song that a Bahamian guy like if you marry this 10 to 1, you can be this like this, like she can be this like this, and so we believe that like even though we believe that who the son set free is free, and when you come to
really
Jesus,
believe that.
when you come to Jesus, you're a new creature,
Right,
like
right.
but the family traits, boy.
Jesus can't break them.
So you see, like them roles. Where roles from where? They from Andres, or they
that is
or they from
so
Exuma?
surprising to
like
me.
where these roles from?
So who should I be watching out for as I embark on this journey?
I know.
Give me this remote because I am freezing.
Yeah, so for us that was a big thing. So I was prepared to say, you know what, I'm just gonna find somebody who got like their family, affluent family. They don't worship the devil. That'd be good enough for me. But for me, it wasn't. I think it was more so a plight. Julian said don't marry no Smith. So that whole
What
Jake.
that mean?
So Jake Smith don't marry no
not Jack Smith.
Jack Smith don't
Leave
marry
Jack Smith?
And so that's the thing for us. So for the men, we like you said, we deal with it, but we don't. There's no vocalizing of it. Why? I think for us, we don't have any like I can't bear children when they get 40 something like that.
Right. So you guys.
That
have
ain't the
to-
thing.
you
That
have
ain't the
to-
thing for us. We ain't necessarily thinking that far down the road to say, "Oh, I need her to get married," because there's these
an
things I want to
urgency.
meet.
Right.
Yeah, we have some things we want to meet. We can try to do that now. We really for marriage far fit. But anyway, so that's where we are, and so when you get in this pool, especially for the millennials, the synonyms, when you get to these millennials,
Right.
they're
Auntie Elise, come off the Facebook. Laura, collect her phone. Take her phone.
she got phone and iPad.
Oh, Lord.
She a PlayStation she looking at.
All
where
the
it-
technologies.
If it seems like the dating pool is very small for the millennials, especially for the Christian woman.
Why is there a bunch of millennials but the dating pool is small?
That's what.
And we all in the pool saying the pool is small. It don't make sense.
It don't make sense.
Jesus. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
So you have those. I guess there's a lot of people say that these new age, these millennial Christian men, some of them, it's a little suspect. And so I think that's a plight that not a lot of females have. And then the rest, some of the others,
I feel like that's a topic for
they give their
another
life.
show.
They give their life to the streets. They out
Came
here.
from the street.
They came from the streets and they go back to the streets.
Talking about the street.
Anyway, so that's so.
A background on the streets is not necessarily a bad thing.
Is it not?
Because that's the plight.
Yeah.
The plight. Anyway, continue.
So yeah, so that's
You were building your case,
I said, now I've been
leading
looking
to the
and I set it
question.
up. So the question now,
Setting it up.
after you've come out, so now you find yourself out here in this pool. What does it look like
What
for
does the pool, from our
What does it look
perspective,
like from your perspective?
What does the pool look like from our perspective?
Is it that you have possible suitors?
Shakara. No, because you guys don't want to talk about it. Honestly, I'm the wrong one for this
Once again,
conversation.
Shakara's going to be one of our speakers next week Saturday.
Because
And next Saturday at the
Shakara, I
Salt
need
City
you to take
event,
notes. Answer all the questions that are coming up.
a little tug is good.
A li-
A little tug.
You don't want to be
Fuck,
honest,
it's
and I'm
good.
concerned about the level of honesty I feel brewing up in me coming because y'all ain't ready for this.
And so, what has been? Let's go to one. What has been your experience
Okay.
as it relates to the Christian man in our last negative 24 minutes we have left on the show? So,
Right.
what has been your experience as this pool, as a millennial?
Millennials.
In this circumstance.
What has been my experience? I think my experience has been primarily, and I don't like to make blanket statements, but this has just been the reality. There isn't much choice. There isn't much to choose from. Now, why do I say that? For several reasons. Because there aren't, similar to what you said, they're just not there. Like when you look around your church, you don't see people in your age bracket. You don't see people in your age bracket who are viable options.
Yeah.
Okay? But then they are there because people getting married. So something isn't adding up. 2 + 2 is not equaling 4. And I think I've recently had to say, no, Vera, they have to be there because people are getting engaged, people are getting married.
Yeah.
So they're there, baby, just not in your there. Or, yeah. So I think primarily my experience has been not being able to see viable options, not encountering in my day-to-day interactions at church, because that's what we look. I think typically single Christian women are looking in church for men. That's what we're encouraged to do.
Yeah,
you're more likely to find somebody who is like-minded, who you can agree with, who you can be equally yoked with in church. So when you look in church, you're like, okay, he's not in my church, and then the encounters or the interactions you have with people from other churches, like, okay, he's not in those other churches either. I think that's the first contribution I would make to what has been my experience. My experience has also been this idea that because you cannot find them in your church or in the church circles that you're already in, because when you get to a certain age, your circles are established. Yeah. You don't have very many opportunities to expand, to diversify, to meet new people, just because of what life is like. You're working, you know, your routines are more established. When you're in university or younger, you get more opportunities to interact and you're making those decisions as to where am I going to settle down, what church am I going to go to, and so you mix in a bit more. You get to your 30s and you're like, well, this me now. This me now, and I'm going to do a 360, and after the 360, if I don't see what I need to see, the question is, Jesus, how am I going to see what I need to see? Yeah. So the next step is people say you got to put yourself out there. He's not going to come knocking on your door. I'm not stupid. I knew he wasn't going to come knocking on my door. Don't tell me that. So the next thing is,
election season, he might come knocking on your door. It's election season, he might come knocking on your door.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible now.
And I told you the wind is shifting. Something is changing. So the next thing is, you hear putting yourself out there. Are you making yourself approachable? Lord, I hate that word with a passion. Are you making yourself approachable? Do men feel like they can approach you? When you go out with your friends, you're always in a group of girls. So, you can be intimidating, trying. And there's all these very, very beautiful scenarios and situations. But the reality is like, it's not that I don't go anywhere because I'm antisocial or because I want to be single, but it's just the reality of my life. And my argument was always, if I end up going to places where I wouldn't usually go or I wouldn't usually be comfortable, I'm more likely to meet somebody who I'm not necessarily going to get along with because they're in a place I wouldn't usually, what I mean? That was my logic. That was my reasoning. So it was always like, you can't find them around you, so you've got to expand. And as a 30-something-year-old with a full-time job, with other responsibilities, how do I do that? Like, what does that look like? That was me up until January 2021. Okay. January 2021, something shifted in me. And I realized that actually putting yourself out there is really small, tiny acts of openness. Okay. It's not big outings. It's not a massive effort. It's just really small acts that can expand your circle. So maybe engaging in a conversation with somebody who's an acquaintance rather than a friend. You know what I mean? Commenting on a
Teacher Chronicles.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's actually smaller acts that
I don't know. I
can lead you to open
I don't know
up
who
your
Elton
circle.
is, but Elton got the wrong show guy. I don't know what show you're looking for.
You're looking for someone to control. What?
Yeah, no, Elton. I know you had the same show we have here.
What are we talking about?
I have no idea. All right, Elton. Elton coming on Saturday. So I guess
I'm
we'll
confused.
see Elton on Saturday.
Elton, what's that in response to? What did I say that made you say that? Anyway, so I think I realize it's smaller acts, and those small acts lead you to openness and open doors, give you opportunities. I still don't know who he's talking about. Yeah, and so I think I'm opening. I'm understanding what that looks like.
Yeah.
I think all the examples I was hearing, like go out more, don't hang around with your friends all the time. I was like, that's not practical for me. For me, I found practically smaller acts of engaging in more meaningful conversations with people who are acquaintances rather than friends, commenting, social media and all that kind of stuff. Just being a bit less Vera. Vera's very closed off. No new friends. I don't have time. I don't want. Just a little less of that has opened doors. However, these doors have led me to believe now you've put yourself out there a bit more, engaging more. You start to realize, okay, I'm meeting new people, having new people who could potentially be who are in this pool.
Yeah.
They're in my age bracket. They
Possible suitors.
Possible suitors.
Yeah.
They tick on first glance certain boxes, and then you start having these conversations and be like, wait a minute, so I come out the pool for this? Because what are we doing? Everyone's gearing up for this dating thing. All these single men and women, we're all gearing up to date. And then you start the Bible say be still. What is happening? Anyway, I'm so confused.
I don't know.
Anyway, and then you feel like, wait, I'm gearing up for this thing, but do I actually, these interactions, how do they work? Because it was when you were younger and you were making friends and it was a big group of people and you kind of knew how to talk to people. You knew how to engage, you know how to interact. Now, because let's not pretend that we're just out here trying to make new friends. We're not just out here trying to make new friends.
No.
As much as we try to ignore the desire to form meaningful relationships that could lead to fruitful, purposeful marriages, that reality is there. It's a desire that as you get older becomes bigger and bigger because all the other boxes of your life are ticked. You know, your career is on track. This is on. So you're trying to just be like, I'm just trying to make friends and just relax and just have casual conversation. But it's difficult to do that. And then you start to think, do we actually know how to date? And this is why I think this Salt City event is going to be wonderful because you're all going to talk to us about the path to this place called marriage.
And what it means.
Purposeful, meaningful marriage. But what I have encountered has led me to say to Delton in private conversations, and he's brought that to the table, I feel like Christian women and men quite know how to date, especially at this age and stage of life.
All right.
That's how I feel.
So let me I give my definition. You give me your definition. Dating means.
Oh Lord.
Now we just go. That's the thing that we have for Bahamians. When you start dating, that means go. Dating means I'm going on an outing with individuals or an individual.
That's two different things you just said.
I know. This is dating.
Right?
Because we also start dating with just me and you by ourselves. No, I can go on a date and it could be a group. Because dating is I just want to get to know.
Okay.
And let me see you in interaction with people. Let's just get to know as well.
Can I ask a question?
Sure,
and
go
I'm
ahead.
asking DGMTers all around. Dating in the way that Delton is describing it, meaning I'm just getting to know, is it permissible, is it acceptable for Christians to date multiple people based on that definition?
Oh, you mean like to have like going on different dating people on? Like different people all the time?
And that's what I'm asking. Like we have, because Shakara's just said dating is frowned upon because you will seem as
Bad.
because you'll be seen as bad
And loose.
But based on the fact that I'm just trying to get to know
Yeah.
you, could we be dating multiple people? Is that okay?
I think it is.
Or is it all right if we don't? Because Shakara says, I believe dating is a must. She's giving us a preview of Saturday.
Of what's to come.
We love it. But then, Shakara, do you believe that dating in the definition Delton just used, getting to know
Getting to know
people,
somebody.
which essentially means I could be getting to know several people.
Yeah.
So it's permissible, it's acceptable, it's encouraged. Is that what we're agreeing? To date multiple people?
I don't want to
Or-
say it's encouraged.
Or,
It should be encouraged. But
it isn't encouraged.
It isn't encouraged.
So Shakara is saying, yes, it is.
Yeah, it should be encouraged.
But maybe it's because we got the wrong definition of dating.
And that's the thing. I think for so many of us, a definition is very skewed, very, very, very wrong of what dating is.
Now I've learned, and as I told you, 2021, the wind shifted, things changed. I've learned that I have to establish in very, very early on with you what that means to you.
Yeah.
I need to be clear that that our definitions of dating are the same. I've learned that in real life, you've got to make sure that what that means to you means the same thing as it means to me. And if it doesn't mean the same thing, I'm gonna let you know
Yeah.
what that means. Okay, so we're establishing that Imana says we have a wrong definition of dating in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean whole. like all everywhere.
All that you got it wrong. But then I think when you think slightly more Western, like slightly more European, it means something different, but then it also has negative connotations because you could be dating X, Y, Z, and because over there they're slightly more secular now. And if we're going to take their definition of dating, I think that's why it means something bad in the Caribbean, because over there the connotations are you could be dating several people and have intimate relationships with several people you're dating, because intimacy physically can be detached, they say, from intimacy emotionally and spiritually.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Because girls say dating for some is sleeping with. That's what dating is for some.
And that's why you got to define it.
Yeah.
But then I feel like if I'm dating another Christian, I shouldn't have to tell you that.
Yeah, bless the Lord.
I shouldn't have to. I'm just putting it out there.
Bless
I
the
shouldn't
Lord.
have to.
Shauna says, when I think of dating, I think there are titles involved.
See?
And seeing that we have
Different
we have very
definitions.
different definitions there. And Franklin coming, good morning. Franklin is deep in the afternoon.
But
hey,
I
Frank,
think,
nonetheless.
Okay, so I feel like we've touched on this on DGMT before. What happened?
I just read Donald's comment. Donald's comment says the Saints dating and testing the waters for a praise report.
What that mean? Donald, what does that mean?
That the Saints out here are living their best lives, even in these dating concepts. And I've heard this before, not from one person, from
Who are you
multiple
reading
persons.
this? Where's this comment?
It's on the screen. You don't see it on the screen?
I still see the To Be Honest praise report one.
Yeah, no. That's what
Oh,
I'm
you
talking
just
about.
developing.
Yeah. No. I've seen it from many persons before. This idea that in order for you to date somebody, when you talk about dating, I need to get to know you mentally. I need to get to know you like parts of you. Hey, your story, know your parents. I also need to know you sexually to know if we can quote unquote compatible.
That's very good.
And
That's very good.
That is being
As soon as you tell me that that's in your criteria of dating, we have already established you and I cannot date. You know what I mean? Like, we could go back and forth about we standing on biblical principles. Sex before marriage is a no. So if you are on that page, we are not on the same page.
Yeah.
So hello, hi, go your way. My thing is when you meet somebody who foundational beliefs, we are on the same page.
Yeah.
Christian. We I feel like we ain't sure what we're doing. And let me tell you why. Let me give you an example from a friend. I have a friend who we've been friends for a very long time. We have been friends through all the kind of milestones of our lives, right? We have been friends through law school. We've been friends through, breakups. We've been friends through family being sick. We talk to each other about everything. All we just talk about these days is Christian men and how they don't know how to date. Because every time she calls me, it's another story of she's she's just in that phase dating, and it's Christian men she's encountering because she establishes that from the outset we're on the same page, and then she dates them, she talks to them on the phone, she goes for walks with them, because right now in London you can't do much more than that.
Yeah.
And the story's always the same, like, I feel like we're taught to be intentional. As you said, like if you're sitting under good teaching, you have a great understanding of what it is Christian marriage should look like. And so we're preparing ourselves for that. There's a certain level of intentionality that comes with that. I feel like what I'm struggling to deal with in this dating phase of life is intentionality is sucking the joy from dating. It's taking the desire. It's taking away from the desire to just get to know someone. You feel like you're on an interview.
Yeah.
You feel like you're being scrutinized, like the level of your Christianity is under attack. Like, what is your salvation experience? How long have you, when did you give your life to Christ? Do you speak in tongues?
No, not do you. Speak in tongues.
And I get it. I understand that these are things that we want to establish while we're in the dating process, because otherwise we just be here wasting our time.
Yeah.
But I'm struggling to find the balance with being intentional and just taking away from the joy. Like, I don't even want to get to know you because the first thing you asking me is, who's my pastor? What is his like, what? Come on, babe.
We want to establish some spiritual things
And
first.
then on the flip side, you have got Mr. I love Jesus, but I get a little thug in me who knows how to just have an interesting conversation. Who knows how to have the kind of interesting conversation that means...
He might as well know how good he can zip a dress.
Huh?
He might as well know, like, how good.
No, that you haven't. You have the kind of, Mr. I love God, but I go to church twice a month.
Yeah.
And
twice a year. Christmas.
Twice a year.
Christmas,
I
Easter.
can't. Me and you can't be on. But I go twice a month.
He used to church. Really good.
And sometimes I do other things on a Sunday, but I love Jesus.
Yeah.
I know the Bible. I grew up in church. What you saying? I get a little bit of thug in me, and I know how to have a good conversation, such that you are interested in speaking to me again.
Yeah.
Mr. I love Jesus, and I've been under good teaching, and I'm intentional about dating, who's interviewing you, asking you 15 questions to Sunday, is less enjoyable to speak to. And I'm less inclined to come back to this conversation.
So you're trying to find a balance.
I'm going to be civil. I'm going to be friendly. I'm going to be open and
not gonna talk to you
honest. Oh, no, I'm not going to start the conversation. I'll respond. And again, it's repeated encounters that have led me to this place. Like, we gotta find a balance. And I'm talking real. I'm not bringing up biblical scriptures on. I'm not being theological. I'm just being practical. I'm just being honest. I'm just being practical. I feel like I'm struggling as a single woman who wants to be intentional and not waste my time, but also you can be intentional without sounding like you the police. Franklin, I believe this is possible. I think that's something something I would encourage the single women and men that I know, have spoken to, have heard stories from, to do more of, whatever that looks like.
Yeah, let's get some
Whatever
comments.
that looks like,
Masal
yeah.
says that no one knows what courtship is over here. In other words, she got to for everybody. She hasn't met anybody
But
yet.
isn't courtship when I done decided?
Yeah, that courtship word is I guess that's another word that you have to define what should be my courtship.
Courtship is when you've already decided that we're marrying, no? Because when you think traditionally courtship back in the day, courtship was I done already came to your parents and said, I'm going to marry you. Now, marriage back then was slightly more contractual.
Yeah.
So I feel like trying to translate courtship into the modern era where people just could get married and their parents don't even know until after the fact.
Until they get an invitation to the wedding.
It's kind of a bit like, how do we take how do we take this word that was used to describe marriage and preparation for marriage in a slightly more contractual sense, where it was two families coming together for the purpose of wealth or, status and all that kind of stuff. And we're trying to just lift it and place it in 2021 and throw it around. How does that work? Like, how are we doing that?
Julianne says, I think you can date without going out. You don't have to go out until you've gained enough knowledge about the person and can see them as someone people can associate you with. Dating is skewed because people going out trying to get to know. There's a whole other concept now that Julian's bringing in. And this came alive, I guess, very strong in 2020 thanks to COVID-19, where you couldn't go anywhere. So...
I mean, but then I think we value, and Corona taught us to value face-to-face interactions more.
Yeah.
And so while I could get to know you through 15 telephone calls and 25 FaceTimes, face-to-face interaction is always more valuable, always more fruitful. In many cases, some people are just nicer in person.
Yeah,
some people are better. So I don't know. I hear Julie on
She
that.
going to say that you don't gain me being seen in public with you without some level of knowledge first.
Right.
I need to know who you are.
Oh, like our first encounter isn't going to be a face-to-face meeting.
So I don't. So like you used to be sitting down with somebody, like, oh boy, doesn't know that person.
No, I can't
Like-
do that.
like,
Go
I
out
need-
with someone you don't know. It's just like, this could be disastrous.
Yeah.
And you've got to put your friend on standby. If you see me text you,
Like if I just call and hang up.
call me.
If I just call and hang up real fast, just call me back quick. Gabby says if you dated more than one person, you should let them know that they aren't the only person you are interested in. Is that your business? Do I didn't tell you that? That I talked to somebody else? If I just really dating.
I think that's each man to himself.
I
I think
guess
if
so.
your intentions are pure, that will direct you into what you divulge, what you tell. I think if you're withholding that kind of information because you want to be duplicitous,
Yeah.
because you fear that person is going to be unhappy hearing that information, then yeah, you got to question why you wouldn't want to be honest with them.
Cigar puts this in here that you don't.
Shikara saying all this talk.
So all this
you ain't
talk
even know them
about-
till you live with them.
All this stuff, but I don't get to know somebody. I don't get to know somebody. You ain't really know nobody until you live with them, which is the God's honest truth.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do prior to, and I've been so far to even say until you get married and live with them, because I know of couples that lived together before they got married, and when they got married,
Things change.
that whole idea of that spiritual process of marriage, when that came back into the house, that bad boy ain't last.
Fun fact,
but
that's
much
why
few
Oprah
months.
said she never got married.
Why she never got married?
She's been with Stedman all her life. Not all her life,
Yeah,
but a long time. And she said that she just never got married because that would have put a different kind of pressure on and apparently a very good, stable relationship. So they never got married. Live together, have children. Pretty much are married
they have no children.
by action. They don't have any children. She didn't have any children. He has children, though. No?
I don't know Stedman's life. I don't know.
Anyway. But
Anyway, Shauna says, Miss Vera, you'll be surprised. A lot of Christians think that sex before marriage is okay. I don't know where they got that from.
oh, no, Shauna, I'm not saying that they don't, but I'm saying as soon as I sniff that in you, it's gone. As soon as I smell... Sorry, you said what? You can tell those ones, though. You can tell them early. Shauna, you could tell them early. They don't have to tell you outrightly. You could tell them early.
Dawn said one point is very powerful, and that's not the intentionality.
I think it was the intentionality.
Totally agree, Vera. Shauna said she respectfully disagrees with you on intentionality.
What do you mean, Shauna? Which bit?
I know we got to that. that was see my top of that simple address. There are ways to get all that information without asking who these people is. Without asking who these people is.
What information Julianne mean?
I guess the information that you would ask on a date, like you get some of the information that we ask, thanks to the wonderful world that we live in of social media and people putting all their business out in the streets. You can get some. So you get some.
I try to not
to judge
social
people?
media. Not
Oh.
even judge. I try not to do that social media research.
No.
No, I want to know what I can learn from you. I try to avoid it personally. Now that might be me choosing not to use an excellent resource.
No,
but
it's so unintentionally intentional. That's what you're going for?
I don't know how to do it though. I don't know how to do it, but I do know that intentionality is unattractive and off-putting.
Nina Post said, just so you know, y'all talking about the police. She says the police have interesting conversations.
What do you mean the police?
Because someone, Franklin was talking about the fact that be intentional or be like police, like asking the questions like.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get you.
But is it just what you know?
That interrogation, and I'm saying this as having experienced it and just feeling like this is gonna be long. This is going to be. Julianne said that's in reference to feeling interrogated.
Donald is back in the day going to Galleria, made things official. Once y'all walk on that movies together, I don't care if you're holding hands or not, y'all being in the movie is.
You've been in that dark place.
Days go.
You've been in that dark place, and no one can say categorically what went down in there.
Days go. Iman asked a question. How do you feel about being set up, like matchmaking? Once again, for those who want to, if you listen via radio, the numbers to text, any questions or response you have is 828-2543. And if you want to call in, it's 828-3543.
Before I answer Ivana's question, something that came to my mind was just this whole idea of I'm getting older. And as I said, all the other aspects of your life are falling into place. You know, you got your career, you got your this, you got your that, you got, you know, your spiritual life, your elabashaya, your prayer life is growing, your faith is strengthened, you're seeing miracle signs and wonders. And it feels like this feels like a deficit. It isn't, but it feels like the empty space. And so you cannot help but you cannot help but have that on your mind when you interact with the opposite sex.
Yeah.
You cannot help but have that on your mind when somebody is a potential viable single man or woman, because you just can't help it. I tried to suppress it, tried to forget about it, but you just can't help it. And I think that pressure is always there, and that's why the intentionality it veers on the side of interrogation, because you cannot help but there's a pressure that exists and filters through in conversation, and that leads to being set up. Again, when you're set up, when you encounter that person, that cloud is over your head, like, we are trying to figure each other out, we are trying to establish if we can be married, you know what I mean? Like, and it just makes the whole situation, I'm not saying awkward. You can have a wonderful time with somebody you've been set up with. I'm not saying that you can't, but I think
at worst, you get a free meal. Usually for the females, you get a free meal.
It's just that whole, the cloud is there. Everyone like, I'm really trying to suss you out. Like, everything you do is being judged. And it's not just being judged.
So you ordering the lobster and the steak.
It's not. Okay. It's not even just being judged on a step-by-step, date-by-date, encounter-by-encounter basis. All of this is contributing. Are you marryable? All of this is going. You know what I mean?
Especially when you're at a certain age. When you're at a certain age, it's definitely all right. We're here for fun, bro.
Let me give you an example. I'm going to give an example. So I'm not going to give you the whole story, but I got set up with somebody who on paper ticked all the boxes, right? And so talking, interacting, phone conversations, messaging, it was cool.
Yeah.
Cool. We established that all the things that ticked on paper, they real, they're cool, you are you interesting person, whatever. I think just where they were in life meant that they didn't necessarily have time to invest in the kind of effort that you really need to get to know somebody in a meaningful way. So, there was maybe a lack of momentum. Now, you can interpret that as what you want to interpret it as. And so the conclusion was drawn that this is a bad time. You're a cool person, but this isn't it. Don't worry about it. Like, cool. You're cool. I'm cool. It's not it. That's fine. I've met an interesting person. It ain't like that. Whatever. As soon as that moment happened, all the conversations were more interesting. The interactions were more engaging.
Of course.
They were more
no pressure.
The
pressure's gone.
The
pressure is gone. Yeah.
So there was no pressure. Now, the facts didn't necessarily change. You still didn't necessarily have, but for me, the alleviation of the pressure just changed the dynamic. And I wonder how much of these dating encounters we have would be more fruitful and more genuine and authentic. Like, you would really, truly get to know that person for who they really, truly are if the pressure was lifted and removed. That's my 2 cents.
Let me get to more.
2021. I'm tired now. I'm weak. I'm weary.
You're drained?
I'm drained.
Firstly, I don't want the person I'm dating social media handles at all. I feel like social media brings a different light that I don't want to see.
I mean, I told you there's certain groups on Facebook I only join for that good morning tea.
Yeah,
they trapped
just
me.
get trapped.
I just want to see what they're saying. There was one post on one particular page I followed. The guy had taken screenshots of a conversation he'd had with a woman. So, no, I think the woman had posted it, or someone had posted it and said who was wrong. In the interactions, the messaging, basically, apparently, the woman and the man had a date planned, and the man cancelled, and the woman had tried to reschedule, and he said, I'm not available at that time, but I'll let you know. So she said, like, what's happened? Because suddenly your messaging is cold.
Yeah.
You're not, you were keen to go out, you were keen to meet up, and now you changed your mind. And his response was like, in all honesty, someone gave me your social media handle on Instagram, and I didn't like what I saw. And I realized you're not the kind of woman I want. And she was like, you're judging me based on my Instagram. I get paid to post certain things. You're shallow and you're trying to control. And he was like, I'm just telling you that you're not the kind of woman for me. And then everybody was commenting on who was wrong. The consensus was neither was wrong. She was right to be mad because he wasn't honest and upfront in the first place. And he was right to make up his mind based on what he saw.
Yeah.
But then to say, I'm not going to go digging on your social media to find out about you. Like, I'm not going to try and investigate and go to your Instagram post from 152 weeks ago.
Yeah, no,
You know what
definitely. No, that's too far.
But I think whatever you put out there about yourself, like, if you are the Proverbs 31 woman in our conversations, but on your Instagram, everything is silhouette challenge and you have on no clothes. No, I have to see something. So I don't feel like I'm not gonna run away from. If your Instagram is telling me something your Instagram and your social media is telling me something glaringly obvious that is opposite to who you are, then I'm gonna question why do you have two
suppose
persona?
it's me, silhouette challenge, and
Why
then
are you silhouette challenging?
and then though I post something very deep and provocative from a scripture that I just read yesterday. Suppose it's like I give you like harsh grass and then on a little thug. Then on a little thought. You get a little thought. You get a thought over here. And then a spiritual thought over here. You got a thought over here and a spiritual thought over here. So
I don't know
so
how I feel.
So you got the best of both worlds, because you got one picture. He's sitting down. You got the gun next to him, and the picture. He's like,
I feel like
just in case anybody comes stepping.
I feel like in that instance, I have grounds to challenge the contradiction of those two things. I think I would ask you, like, hello, hi. You know what I mean? Like, why do you have these opposing things on your? Because listen, I told you I ain't gonna lie. That thug that we want, we need that to be. I don't want the world to know you a thug. I need you to keep that.
So
for special occasions.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Don't put it in the world.
You can. And men, y'all could come on here and lie and say, if she has a little thought in her, you want it to be there. You just want her to, the world doesn't need to know that there. The same applies for women. Keep the thug behind closed doors. The thug should not be on your social media. I don't want your thug to be on your social media. So I'm not for avoiding social media to the point where it's telling me one thing about you. It's telling me that you're double-minded. It's telling me that your standards are they move with the wind, and then in person you're elabashai. No. I'm not going to ignore something that's there, but I'm not necessarily going to go look and dig and then draw assumptions, because that's just
that's
a problem waiting to happen. But yeah,
Juliana said she'll know everything. She'll know who tripped you down in grade 3. She would know everything. I
wanted to ask, Delton and Judy, you guys had the benefit of having a friendship before. Did you have a friendship before? Because when you introduced the topic, I was like, I'm going to ask Delton how he moved to Julianne. Like, there was no sliding in DMs back there. Like, how did you do it?
Actually, no, it was sort of back in the days. Don't forget, it was still Skype and Messenger.
Not Skype!
It was Skype and MSN Messenger.
What's the story you're going to tell Dallas and David about how Daddy and Mummy came together?
We met.
Because you're not on the panel for Salt City, so we can hear your story today.
We met in Highway Church of God Mass Choir.
The same Highway Church of God. You said there was no woman sin. Look what the
and
Lord
I
has done.
I can tell you why too, and then the story why I said that was none. Because I said it in my age bracket. So, and at this time, Julianne wasn't around Highway Church of God. She was living in Exuma. Then at one point she was with her grandparents. She was going to BFM and other churches. So she wasn't in a part of it. So we didn't know her from Highway. So it wasn't like their families go to Cooper Stairs, but I didn't know her from Cooper Stairs until they came to practice. It wasn't from the first time I saw her, I knew she was the one. No.
You suck.
It wasn't no story like that. And then she was a part of the choir, and then she started to come around us at COB, now UB, because she saw, hey, this guy from the choir. So she's come around me. I said, the music block.
Right.
And it grew from a friendship from there into us dating. But our talking was, I can tell you when our first date was, but we were talking so long before our.
As friends, though.
Yeah,
Or
so but I mean, even like when we started
in
to
the back
move
of your head,
into
you were like, this girl.
to the possible, in the
Right.
possible, in the this could possibly be it. We never went out.
Right.
Our outings were we going to sing somewhere, and key we had the outing. Then after that, all right, dudes, we catch up on Messenger or something. Like that.
Right.
So it was never our first date was in the daytime. Our first date
As it should be.
was like
I really believe in daytime
included like me taking pictures of her for her birthday. Just when I was like sort of
Truly nice.
and then we went to Subway. so it wasn't we didn't have the let's go out and get to know. It, like you said, it was getting to know over social media,
Right.
and then it was getting to know when I see you occasionally at a practice. Even at the practice time, she was dating somebody else then, so I didn't. So at that time, I had like already like thoughts about her because I know who she's dating at the time. So I was like, oh boy.
Oh.
Cause I know the guy she was dating. I was like,
Right.
oh boy, like, yo, buddy. I was like,
That's such a
I was
loaded
like-
comment. I have no idea what
I was
that
like,
means.
this little quiet
Why
girl.
dating this? Oh, you like Julianne.
I was like, oh. So at that time, like a group of us really had thoughts about who Julianne was, which were very false. That the record reflects. But at the time, yeah. So for us, it was just a matter of it's like slowly building from online, and then we started to like talk on phone because phone is like online first, then phone.
Right.
So, and then from there, this escalated.
Delton,
So-
that's a wonderful story. You don't have time like that.
Exactly, and keep in mind, like I said, it's like why I looking around and I want to see her. She's 5 years younger than me.
Which at a certain point in your life is a lot.
Listen to me.
But when you get older,
When
it's not
I
so
was
much.
in high school in grade 10 going to R.M. Bailey, and guys in my class was dating girls in CH3, I was like, something wrong with y'all. Keep in mind, there may be a year or two difference.
Yeah,
Just
no,
the
no,
fact
no.
that.
But I think no.
But in my mind, I was like, well, you can't
No,
be dating these little children.
No, but that's right. You're right. That's not wrong. It's right.
So
right.
you're in grade 12 and dating somebody in grade 9?
That's wrong. That's wrong.
It's like, bro.
When you're 24 and he's 27, that's fine. When you're at that age, it's wrong. It's wrong.
And so for me, I would never even look at someone who was 5 years
She
younger
was
than
in
me.
grade 5.
Exactly. When I listening to Sean Paul and giving like, she's like, oh yeah, this is primary school, this is hot. Like in primary school, in primary school, this was hot. It's like,
That's
did
hilarious.
you just say primary school? Like this song was at prom.
Cradle snatcher.
This song was at prom. What you mean at primary school? So anyway, yeah. So like
Okay, I
that
see
kind
what
of
you
stuff.
mean.
Yeah.
That
So
whole age bracket thing.
that age bracket is different.
Get these comments because
Let's
I
get
think
these comments.
what's the
Comments.
what are we even talking about? The topic on the table is intentionality.
Intentionality,
Like
yeah.
how do you balance the pressure, the intentionality, and just wanting to form meaningful, authentic connections
Yeah.
with people that you're dating? Because I feel like Christians, we got a lot of pressure on us, and we have to find some balance. And I'm not going to accuse. Because I think my initial complaint to Delton was Christian guys don't know how to date. That was my initial complaint.
Yeah.
But I'm not too proud to say I think all of us,
No.
maybe
Yeah.
all of us are losing a little bit of tact. You get a little bit older, you get a little bit more keen.
Mm-hmm.
The desire becomes slightly more overwhelming, and you lose tact. You lose the je ne sais quoi, the art. And those that use the art, those that know how to, spit the bars,
Yeah.
it's all part of the performance and the show. And it's kind of like, I can't trust you as far as I can throw you. Go on a date with you.
Yeah, you, not you.
Not
Anyway,
you.
let's get to our comments. We got a lot of comments sitting here.
Yeah, a lot.
Let me check the format. No tax came through. I missed no tax. Okay. Franklin says you should not go into the first date with the thought that I am able to marry this person. After a few dates, if you are just trying to get to know the person and enjoy yourself and enjoy life, then you will know whether or not you can live with that person.
Frankly, I don't understand what you're saying.
Basau Lashan says, ma'am, that could come in a convo. I want to see what front you be putting on by the things you post. That's to tell me the whole idea of social media. The end result is marriage.
So
but
Basal, anyway, you don't want to know if he's like a male model And all he have on his
Chest-
Instagram
chest
is
out.
pictures of his chest.
Chest out. And
Chest out?
Stand up and jockey.
Skin out. Sorry.
Stand up and jockey. He chest out. Shigar says the
Is
end
it
result
okay
is
for,
marriage.
I'm just checking. Is it okay for Christian men to be male models in their jockey with they thing
In the
themselves?
jockey.
That's all right?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No?
I don't think, or the female either. I don't think the
No, we
female.
already know it's the female because
Oh.
we can't even wear swimming costume to the beach. But
FYI, for
just-
those who are listening, swimming costume is bathing suit for inferior's
oh
language.
gosh, yeah, I forgot.
Swimming costume. It's not Halloween. She's talking literally.
So
about
I'm just
bathing suits.
I'm just double checking. I'm just double checking because you know.
I don't think. I think that's very inappropriate. It's says female.
Okay. So there's no double standard here. It's
I
very,
don't think it's a double
all right.
standard.
Very good. Very good.
If we
As
should,
you
if
were.
y'all should be clothed, we should be clothed as well.
Okay.
In the full armor of God. The end result
Dalton, you
is
on a roll
marriage.
today. You
But
on
is
a
that
roll
your
today.
focus on the date? Dating should be fun. Remove the pressure. Just relax.
Shakar, I'm agreeing with you, but I'm saying the pressure's there because it's real. It's real. I wouldn't be sitting here if I wasn't trying to get married. Y'all.
Julianne says,
This
another
is all
thing
the-
I remembered from dating was that when it rains, it pours. As soon as you find someone interesting, they come in threes.
Julianne, that is so true.
You can find more. Yeah.
I told you the wind. There's been a shift.
A shift in the wind.
The floodgates have opened.
I believe people can evolve over time. Certain people can bring out certain desires. I may not initially want to be married, but the sparkle or characteristic in you awaken the desire in
Me, I guess.
my life. She said in my life.
Oh, in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm investigating, but the fact that someone can pay you to post things that don't reflect your character,
It's
it's
still
alarming
alarming
for
to me.
me.
I just want to put it out there. In that scenario I described of the man who cancelled the date because he saw her Instagram and he didn't quite like what he saw, I was completely on the man's side. 1,000% on his side.
But I would tell
feel
her
like
though.
she had no legs to stand on.
But I still would tell her prior to that. Not
I
that.
don't owe you all of that. I'm just not going on a date
that
with
is
you.
true.
I don't feel like I owe you an explanation.
No, but I tell you, like, stop calling me. I ain't gonna date with you. Like from the first
Yeah,
time.
that's true.
Yeah,
Not-
like from the first
we'll
time. Be
agree,
like,
but yeah, okay, fair enough.
Friend, listen to me. It ain't happening. Stop calling
That's
me.
true. Not like, oh, I'll get back to you and let you know.
And
Well, yeah, fair enough.
behaving terminology. Lose my number.
I think that was the only thing he did wrong, not being upfront.
Lose my number, please.
But then at the same time, he didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable, and she pushed, and so he told her.
Yeah, he said, well, he's well within his rights to not want the thoughtiness to be in public. Real talk, Vera. I need you posting
Your guns.
Hey, put it out there. Let him see it. Yes, he was my bestie for the resting. That's Julianne. Yeah, he is lie and tell everyone I wanted them, which is the
He
truth.
did not say that just now, though.
No, but
You
she
put
said
that in
it now.
there.
Just tell
You
you.
put that in there just now, Julian.
Only the wicked flee when no
You
one
said you-
pursueth. Says the Bible in Proverbs. Only the wicked flee. And no one asked you that question this
Yeah, I think it's all for me. I think
Thank you, Shagara.
at this age and this stage, and I guess there's some agreement and there's some disagreement, and the good disagreement is coming from people who are already married. The pressure, the desire, the intentionality all mix up for awkward, uncomfortable, like, what's the word? Almost like you're in a play or script. Everyone's
Yeah.
reading from this. Everyone's
Yeah.
reading from the script, trying to follow the necessary course of action. You're trying to find your Boaz, but it's not your Boaz, which you've established today.
Yeah, it's actually you don't want
Not
that.
your Boaz.
Whatever one post should be admissible in making a final decision. I mean, it's there.
Thank
It's
you.
not like a PI was hired. So you put that out there in the
Yeah,
public.
that's why I said, Donald, I'm not going to go digging,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to ignore what's right there in front of my face.
But in subway dates are lit. Oh, you need to
Toot,
know.
toot, toot.
I didn't know if they get that steak and cheese or they get what they get. That tuna. Ah. If you go to something and get
Right
tuna,
off. It's a tuna, it's a write off. So anyway, I mean, I'm not necessarily sure. I guess I've just put, this was just me venting my current frustrations. And it seems like the advice is take away the pressure. I guess I got to ask the Holy Ghost to do that. It has to be the Holy Ghost because it's a real thing. And
sorry.
that's for someone like me who 90% of the time is very, very, is loving and enjoying single life. Do you know what I mean?
But I think that's also that could be a problem when you enjoy too much.
Right.
Because then it's like, I don't want you in my space.
God, that's a whole nother show.
Because I think
That's a whole nother show.
I think for a
And
lot
maybe-
of single females,
maybe the intentionality and the pressure also links to how happy you are by yourself. Like
Yeah.
how happy you are to walk away from this conversation knowing it's not going to be that kind of thing because you're so... I was speaking to friends yesterday and I said, I have to consistently remind myself that just because this person is a potential human being, it doesn't mean you have to choose them. You know what I mean? Like, you're single for a long time, you know guys for a long time, and then what Julianne says, the floodgates open, they come in things,
Yeah.
and you feel like you've got to choose one of the three because these are the first in a long time, and I have to
Long time.
constantly remind myself, no, I'm not. I don't have to make a decision here. I'm still
Not right
have-
away, no.
I still have choices, but then you think of time, and you gotta stay. You gotta stay at the feet of the cross. Gotta
Right.
stay at the feet of the cross. Ask the Holy Spirit to keep you grounded and sober in dating. But I guess what's the point I'm trying to make today? Let's not, for those of us who are single in that stage of life, let's not allow intentionality or perceived pressure to suck the joy and the authenticity from the process of getting to know new people.
Yeah. That's the takeaway.
I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah. Now, Don says, when fill out your visa form, they ask you for your social media handles now. And
You
they're-
lie.
Oh, yeah. No, they will know what that is.
Huh?
They will know. They will know what your social media. They can look you up on social media. They will know if you have a terrorist flag or something up on your
And
Facebook
also,
page.
yeah, because you tell us you can't make your payments, but you on holiday.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
point.
Yeah.
Good
No,
point.
you will know. Stop. Yeah, Jody. No, yeah, Jody. That's fully our age. She didn't call R. Kelly. I put that up. Fasal says, "Vera, I stand by what I say. I feel like things like that would come up in the convo, and what God want me to see, He would show me shortly."
So you would actively make sure you don't follow them.
yeah, that's so you. Don't
I
see them.
mean, that's a personal choice. Go
To
ahead.
each
Go
his-
ahead.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Go ahead. I don't think that's wrong. But I'm not gonna ignore if it's there. If Facebook suggests you as a friend and your DP is topless, I'm not gonna
Oh,
ignore it.
what is
Or
this?
you send me a WhatsApp message and your DP is a little thuggish. You smoking something,
Guns to
or
the
you
head.
in a picture and there's like a smoky hairs over your face and it's not the fog machine
It's a
from
filter.
church.
It's a filter.
I'm gonna be like, ta 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 ta.
You judging? Don't judge.
Frankly, just say dating is just hard.
Just hard.
We do. We, as children of God, we don't want to be negative.
Shauna comments with suggestions for the show. She says that would be an amazing DGMT show, dating for different age, range, and stage.
I think after watching Girl Talk on Thursday
Yes.
and attending the Salt City event on Saturday, if there's anything left,
we pick it up
we should pick it up
the week after.
the week after. The week after.
Facts. She says, Imana says, follow the peace, like my pastor always says. Follow the peace.
I think that's such good advice.
Good
I feel like
advice.
it's so easy to forget in the moment.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget in the moment. It's
Yeah, but-
easy, but it's good advice.
You have a good pastor day, man. Just
Good
stick
pastor.
with him.
Good pastor.
I know him.
As do I.
Long-term family friend. Long-time family friend of mine.
Y'all go what?
We go
way back.
We go way, as long as I can remember. As far as I can remember, me and him go way back. Glory 93.9 FM. This happens just about every week now. We used it. Girl Talk in Salt City got me all panicked this week trying to find material, so my comment to all of this is big balls around. You don't know lovey without the chubby. It's the word of the day. You don't know lovey without the chubby. Sir, how long did it take you to come up with that dumbness?
I have nothing
How
to
long
say.
were you sitting on that, sir? Just waiting for the right opportunity.
Have nothing. Yeah. Glory 93.9, who we believe is Bishop Denzel Rowe.
Yeah.
We probably want to reserve all commentary on
He
this
say
topic
this was him.
for the several
But the why, man, show me as me.
every time.
Every time.
Every week.
And he was good earlier. What you do? What you change? He was good a few minutes ago. Your name
Change
came out.
device, maybe.
Yeah, you might change device. Yeah, Holy Ghost fire. I agree. Shauna says, Julianne, that's a good topic. Yeah, we'll see what happens after Thursday and next week Saturday
Tune in
evening.
Thursday. Be in the house on Saturday.
I
Y'all
mean-
run the people who was commenting things we didn't understand, huh, mate?
Yeah.
That's where the angry face come from?
No, actually, the angry
No,
face is
that's
actually
Julianne.
Julianne put an angry face to what
What
we're
had
talking about.
happened was.
I don't know why, but Julianne didn't like what we were saying.
But we love Julianne. I believe you. Facebook is always say I've been angry
Yeah.
at things and I wasn't angry. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. This is
Thank
one of
y'all
those.
so much.
This is one of them shows that leave my heart heavy, man. I feel like I know. Anyway, anyhow.
When in doubt, ma'am.
Anyhow.
I want you to always remember this right here. Whenever you
Make sure Delton
Whenever
does
your
not
heart
play
is
that
heavy, you keep
ever
that
again.
video nearby.
I'm gonna make sure Delton don't play that no more. No more.
Whenever
Guys,
your
no
heart
more.
is heavy, ma'am, I want you to just
Julianne
reflect
say
on
David
that.
David put that. David put that.
David angry face.
David put that. So guys, I mean, today we walked through the breeze, walked through the forest, and we turned up wherever we turned up. Whatever little pond, lake, river we pulled up at, that's where we sat down to
I
drink.
want to talk about the pastor. We talk about next week.
Which pastor?
The one that was arraigned before the court.
We do want to talk about that?
Yeah, man. Why not?
Okay. Next week? That's far, Delton.
Yeah.
What do you want to say? Say what you want to say.
I
I don't have anything to add, so you can say what you want to
That's
say.
why
and we can wrap
I
up.
want people to tell me what they wanted to say. Yeah, so we'll say it for next week.
Why is my heart heavy? I feel heavy. I don't like that.
You say I was
I
on
usually
Delton
leave-
page, I think, but now on Glory. However, when all is fails, you don't know Lovey without the choppy. Anyway, so Shauna says, Julie, next time hail Shauna. When she come again, I think she coming again Sunday, tomorrow.
And you know
I
what?
know.
I could, now my eyesight is fair. It's not great. It's fair. But when we're on the stage, I can't see people's faces because it's dark. There was somebody whose energy in praise and worship said, "That's Shauna." I couldn't see her face.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've probably seen Shauna in person once, but her energy, I was like, "That's Shauna." And lo and behold, it was.
It was up, yeah. So Julie, make sure you
This
find Shauna.
DGM family, DGMT
We
family,
getting close.
we close
Listen to me.
knit, boy.
This potluck coming soon.
This potluck.
When this potluck got put together now, listen to me. I don't hear no stories.
Shakara saying, let not your heart be troubled. You know what,
This
Shakara?
definitely. I was waiting for this, Dawn, and I forget about this. That's all we need.
L-O-V-E.
L-O-V-E. When you put a word to spell a word, that's always amazing. L-O-V-E is the master key,
I
buddy.
had that on my stage
So
and no one
every-
commented. I was like, y'all ain't appreciate that.
So anyway, this has been a
Glory Night
awesome
said we
show.
should talk about Rev. I really don't have anything to say.
Yeah, we can.
My bottom line, I've said this before. Rev say trouble was going to come for what he say and trouble came.
To leave him alone.
I feel like my guy can handle what he got to handle.
Yeah.
And
no, I don't.
That's how I feel. Do I agree with what's being done? No, not necessarily. I really do want to see how this plays out. I want to see if what he's being accused of is really and truly an offense and what impact that's going to have on what people perceive to be freedom of speech.
It's offensive.
No. Is it an offense? Is it
By law?
really and truly by law libel? Is it going to be, after all arguments are said and done, is what he said, when you think of the semantics, when you think of the context, the words he used, did he accuse, did he predict? When they break that down, because now the prophetic word, let me put that in inverted commas, is under scrutiny, and it's the language that is going to determine whether this is indeed libel and not. Like, now, if it's libel, if it's determined or defined as libel, I'm interested to see what the ripple effects of that are going to be.
I guess the ripple effect. I think the ripple
And what
effect would
precedent that's
be-
going to set for other such occasions when people come on their Facebook lives and say what they say.
I think the path that this could take you is, say, as a man of God, you should have the responsibility of, if you get a word from God, that's subject to the prophet. So come off the live and call the person.
And it's the courts that are now going to define how the word of God should come across.
Yeah.
And please,
Especially
I'm talking about the precedent this is going to set. I'm not necessarily talking about this specific scenario, because some people say it wasn't the word of God. But some people, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what impact this is going to have thereafter. And so I think we got to watch this play out. I think at the end of the day, one principle I live my life by is I never want to have to say sorry.
No.
I never want to have to say sorry. So even if I was I was on the right side of an argument to begin with, I never want to descend low enough so that even if I started off right, I have to end up saying sorry. And I feel like the circumstances have placed the victim in this scenario, the one who the libel, the apparent or supposed libel was against, has placed them now on the side of wrong because of the process of the arrest and the bail. And I was like, you were right to start off with. It was okay for you to be offended, to feel attacked, whatever. But now the way things have gone down, it's put not necessarily that it was done legally, but the certain aspects of it are tasteless. They leave a bad taste in the mouth.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I don't like say sorry. So even if I'm right, I try to stay right. So you came out and publicly libeled me, and now I want to publicly disgrace you. It's kind of like,
I definitely
you were
believe
right
now
until
some
you were
aspects
wrong.
of this and the way that this was treated is okay. Let me get you back.
yeah, you were right until you were wrong. And I was like, you stay right. Stay
There's
right,
the whole
man.
idea that the accused had to spend a night in Foxhill Prison. Well, Her Majesty's Department of Corrections.
Right.
It's a bit. It was a little
Excessive. And I think when you place all these characters, the police commissioner, prophet, apostle, Julian Johnson, against the man of the hour, Bishop Lawrence Roll. See, all of y'all is clear. Y'all don't know how to deal with these things. Look at, this is the embodiment of what we should be doing.
LOE.
Or LOE.
LOE.
So, honestly, the appearance of Bishop Lawrence Roll on the scene, for all the jokes and the banter, showed a more excellent way.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you see, if we had all done that, all of us, Apostle, if you had done it, Commissioner, if you had done it, more excellent way, maybe we would not be here having these Facebook conversations, throwing up. Auntie Elise, what you disagree with now?
But Julian also said that she see that the closer thing we noticed that he ain't come on DGMT in 2 weeks and counting now.
So the closer thing. Julianne, we've been deserted, but it's okay.
He trying to get the thing right, how to type and write name. Donald said Murs got bailed quicker than he did. Oh yeah. No,
Auntie Elise, what do you disagree with, please?
as we get ready to close,
As we get ready to close.
play the music, producer. All right, I got it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily have the
I got it.
legal knowledge and understanding to engage as to whether it was wrong or right. I don't want to get into whether the prophet should have said what he said, because at the end of the day, I ain't God, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be held responsible. My thing is, in life, I like to stay on the right side. I don't like anybody to now, after you offended me, I have to say sorry to you. I don't want to. No. So I'd rather do, in the words of the good prof, LOE, bring my passport.
And in the great words of the great man of God, love means never having to say you're sorry.
That's what it is.
Huh?
That's not what love is.
The great man of God.
It's just a great man of God.
It's Vera Simon. In the words of the great man of God, Vera Simon, love means never having to say you're sorry.
Judy May is saying goodbye to us. She said, have a blessed
Judy
rest
May,
of the
thank you so much.
weekend.
And to all of those new persons who tune in for the first time this week, y'all have a great day, man. Have a great weekend. Find yourself in the house of law with like-minded believers this week.
Definitely.
You know that song? You know that? Bears? Wow. All right.
I don't think I know a single Beres Hammond song.
What?
Or maybe I do and don't know it's Beres Hammond.
Wow. We got to do a lesson on that. And anybody else who's
Really, of all the
listening,
things I need to learn, that's the voice?
you got to learn some Bears.
My gosh.
That's why God sent his man yet. You don't know Bears. You don't know words about the great Bears Hammond.
Wow.
So all those who just coming in, listen, we want a theme song. So like Imano, say Bears is right next to Proverbs.
And Julia said Vera.
It's right next to Proverbs. Right next to Proverbs. Words of wisdom.
Come on,
Words
man.
of wisdom. And so we still need. He say play it.
Don't you dare. This is still Glory 93.9.
Yeah, so I got to do that. So we still need a theme song. So
And I don't think our
Imano.
disclaimer covers
Covers Bears.
to playing
No.
Beres Hammond on Glory 93.9.
We might get in trouble.
All these unsaved saints. Really, Shakara? Auntie Elite say play it? Wow, so Bishop Denzel rolling. Pastor Denzel, you realize that the people actually just come here to hear you close. It's like the prayer. It's like the prayer call. We come to pray, but we really come
We
to hear
for the
you.
end. We come here for the
We
word.
really come for the close.
We for the word at the end. That's what we coming for.
Love
like
it.
we can pray here at a time, but all we know, hey, he on now.
And Marisha, I ain't gonna lie, the
Turn it up.
heaviness, we are kiki, but the heaviness there a little bit. It's
a lot.
still sitting on me. It's still sitting on
We
me.
play the video again.
It's still
Wait.
sitting on. No, don't play the video. No.
Oh, I can bring the video back.
That's the close right
I see
there.
what he did there.
See y'all Thursday.
So Thursday
and
is Girl
Saturday.
Talk with Pastor Denzel. Backslide.
No.
So Thursday is Girl Talk with Pastor Denzel and Marisha. Marisha and Pastor Denzel. He's going to be the guest on Girl Talk with Marisha. And so stay tuned for that on Glory 93.9 FM. And then on next week Saturday is Salt Cities Talk, talking about the path at Life Worship Center, CHG's Auditorium, at 6:30 on Saturday. Time on Thursday is 4:30. Right here you can find it on the Facebook page too, Judy.
And you can trust the time on the flyer.
Oh yeah. Unlike other shows that shall remain nameless. So we're gonna talk. Said we're gonna talk Bears. No, we ain't closing out. Not closing out with Bears, Ahmed.
But you know what, Marisha? It's okay because the heaviness is not gonna last to Thursday.
Oh no!
Because I'm gonna go to the house of the Lord tomorrow,
and
every burden
shake off those
will
heavy
be
bands.
lifted.
Let all God people. All right, so I'll say we need a theme song. So anybody listening out there that's musically inclined, Imana, Donald.
We have a whole band. We have a whole
crew.
band.
We have a whole band.
DGMT.
Shauna, I know you got some lyrical skills in there.
My God.
Put it together.
All those DMX fans.
That good morning tea.
Where your rap skills now?
Good morning tea. So find your tea. Got it.
Man.
Find your tea.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot today.
Find your tea.
Delton say, what if you put your thought beside a little bit of spiritual thought? I mean,
you get your spiritual thoughts.
Say you ain't had no lovey until you had a child. It's been a lot today. It's been a lot. And indeed, I am leaving. Off. Go back and see it. Show that.
DGMT. Tell your mom don't play with me. That's the first line, people.
That's the first line.
We got the first line.
We get 3 more lines because all we need is something that could go on the loop. Tell your mom don't play with me. That's the sense you get from this show. That's the vibe we communicate. Tell your mom don't play with me.
Do you want to know if we talk about all these Christian artists who give him props to DMX? First of all, sir, don't go for real. Don't let's ask now if we close with some real. If we get some real to close it with. No. I mean, I ain't lying. He has some good prayers.
I mean, I watch one prayer.
Oh, listen to me. DMX got some prayers. That voice, that be for brain.
Yes. He have that husk that say, I've been praying all my life. You know them people that pray.
They go out. Them
people that pray for years. So when they get older, it's like he have that.
Yeah.
He have that like I've been into.
He been travailing.
I've been travailing.
So Jody said she got a track cut. We got the first line of DGMT. Tell your ma don't play with me.
Sip.
Judy say sip your morning tea. I like it. We gonna play this.
T.
We got it.
Wee.
T-E-wee. I don't know what's happening here, but I like it. Just write it down. Put it down. Put a pen right there.
Where's the secretary?
We trying to take notes.
Down.
We got a first line. We got a second line.
Judy put the drums, so we know what kind of beat we going for.
Yeah, so she got a feel ready. She got a rhythm going. So we work this.
Yeah, Donald, that brother. I mean, he prayed.
Yeah, he had a good prayer.
I prayed.
Anyway, I see y'all don't want to leave here. We gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta. We're about to head out. We should close with one of his prayers.
As you try to do research. No.
What is with you guys today?
they like Earl. Earl was a good man.
There was one prayer I watched this morning. I was like, come on.
Strong drums.
I request Delton to play the drum track for our
theme song. All right then. So anyway, guys, it's been long.
It has been
here
long.
Way longer than we should have been.
It's been interesting.
It's been interesting.
I'm not sure how fruitful it's been today.
It's been very fruitful, man. Listen to me.
Fruitful.
You're gonna bear much fruit, and this fruit's gonna come to fruition. We got
I listened to a song this morning. Randomly, Spotify suggested a gospel song. She said variations of he was the beginner that did not begin, who began the beginning. I was like, never. That's the first line of the song.
You running too much, man. It's too
much.
Oh
gosh, it's too much.
So Dawn on keys. So Dawn get the keys. We can work on this.
Dawn on keys. Imana say she L-O-W-E. L-O-W-E. Too.
Thank you for being a part, Imana and Julie May, all the way in Norfolk,
family.
Virginia. We have Suriname in the house.
Everyone's in the house.
Norfolk in the house.
Slide into Delton's DM if you come across a video, a post.
Oh, I thought it was going to slide my DM.
Story.
Oh, no, I'm married.
No, oh God.
Look, where this going?
So what? Because I'm single. Everyone can just slide in my DMs.
So slide in your DMs.
I guess it's my DMs then. I guess it's my DM.
So if you got something happen throughout the week,
anything you encounter or any posts, send them to us. Anything you want us to discuss.
We ain't scared.
We're not scared. Apparently,
we'll talk about it.
Put all our business on the street.
Out in the streets.
And I'll talk all your business too.
All right, then. So we gone, y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. Be sure to join us at the Life Word Center tomorrow morning. We start at 8 and 11. Right there in the CHS Auditorium off of Robinson Road. So keep it locked right here to Glory 93.9 FM. This is Delton. That is Vera.
Weera.
W-E.
We.
E-R-A. We-E. Say this now, we-E-R-A. That's your name?
We-E-R-A.
We-E-R-A. I like it. I don't mind it. So anyway, folks, as you hear the producers now play the music in the background, I think that means it's time for us to go. That good morning music giving us 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Y'all be safe. Have a God-filled weekend, a glory-filled weekend. Keep it locked to 3.9 FM for the rest of the shows throughout the rest of the week. And we are out of here. Y'all be safe. We gone. Deuce. Better sound. Better sound. Blah.